Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perlo, and you may be trying to drop. Thank you for dropping by. But I mean, trying to drop in the parachute game, and for some reason, it's not working right now. And we were testing it. It may come back. It may not. You could keep trying, but until then, of course, we still have the raffles. And if nothing else, then you could just, I don't know, chat. Is that something you could do? Could you talk with me, possibly? It may be... Oh, did you say constipated? You did say constipated. Okay, just making sure I was reading that right. I am doing okay on that front, in that butt. And to answer the question, by the way, hey, Toying Around! Hello! Shout out to Toying Around. I happen to be following Toying Around now, because I think it was it Yoko? No, it was it? No, Nerdy Curious. I saw a tweet come by, and Toying Around was tagged. Another fan of toys, which is great, because I got some toys, because, you know, I'm Chris Perillo, and I get toys on a regular basis. So I'm going to be showcasing the toys here. That's the beginning of the broadcast. I'm currently 3D printing a stand for 6-inch action figures, Black Series action figures. This is going to be the Empire insignia. I've been waiting to do that, and since I had the Prusament Galaxy Black with the nice little speckles, the white glitter, nice star field on there, I figured I'd give it a shot. To give you an idea of what that might look like, here is a coaster with that Prusament underneath. Looks like the background behind the Emperor in Return of the Jedi. So look at that. There's another toy fan here on Twitch. Isn't that great? Isn't that amazing? I think it's amazing. So I got my toys. I'll get to them in a second, but first let me go ahead and address what Fucho just asked. The stats from last night, okay, so at 8 p.m., just for people that weren't aware, 6 p.m., I go live on Twitch. At 8 p.m., so a couple hours from now, my daily YouTube video goes public. And then everybody who's watching the stream, we all kind of go over there. The stream keeps going, but when the video goes up, you go over there, you comment, you like, you watch the video in full, even at 2 speed, and it potentially creates, you know, more engagement, more people get to see it. So the good news is, I thought yesterday's YouTube viewing experience, the Raid Brigade to YouTube, went well. I thought it went very, very well. But it did not have the same impact as the previous two. Now, my question is, and I gotta wait for the stats to kind of bubble out, I don't know if that's related or unrelated to what we did. I haven't quite ascertained that yet. And it could be because I'm waiting for new subscribers to pick up on them, or on the new videos. That could be the case. It could be that the video's not optimized as it should be. There are a lot of variables. Either way, we're still going to keep the 8 p.m. YouTube Raid Brigade when the new YouTube advice videos go public. So, FYI. Okay, now to the toys. I normally don't get G.I. Joe stuff at all. Normally, I also avoid, like the plague, the Lego knockoffs. I'm not a fan. But the reason I got this one, number one, it was like $4. The only reason I got this one is because of the G.I. Joe figures that I have, that I have picked up, minus the 3.75-inch scale. I started to do the retro. I don't know how long Hasbro's going to be doing that. I hope to do the retro line for a while. And then I am going to be getting every one of the Super 7 5 POA reaction Joes as they get released. I plan on basically selling the box and the instructions and the set, but not the actual Cobra Commander figure, though it is a very cheap-ass Lego knockoff. It's still a Cobra Commander figure, so I'm happy about that. Like I said, I can't collect it all. So when it comes to G.I. Joe, Transformers, Thundercats, etc., toys that I remember very well when I was younger, you know, I waited until I could find the ones that I would absolutely adore, right? The ones that I would absolutely enjoy. So that's why I waited. to get the Super 7 reaction figures. I don't know. What do you think about those reaction figures toying around? Do you like those reaction figures? Am I the only one? That's right, and a shirt change too. Did I know? No, they're not just great American heroes. They are real American heroes. So these minifigures, interestingly enough, you have to manually assemble these minifigures. They're Lego compatible. They're Lego-ish, but they are definitely not Lego quality at all. Not even close. You can tell it's subpar plastic by comparison. But, you know, it is a Cobra Commander figure, and so I of all the Joes from, what was it, Cobra Island that were released, the one that I got, you might remember, or one of the ones that I got was specifically the Cobra Commander, the one that I chased down, both the Cobra Commander variants, and this was just like right there on the shelf, and I'm like, oh, nice. So I grabbed it while I could. All right, give me a moment. I am assembling the Cobra Commander for your enjoyment. The card backs are way too nice to open and toss away, though. I know. So I've kept all my Retro Joes sealed. The Retro collection, minus the ones that have come with vehicles. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the vehicles, because I just wanted the figures. I didn't want the vehicles. I just wanted the figures. So I may end up selling the Retro Joe vehicles, and then just have the figures loose. The only other minifigure I have from the G.I. Joe line, for some reason I ended up getting a Bats figure, which I loved. I loved the Bats, the vintage Joe Bats. Hey, Baron Von Bunyip. Good to see ya. This is my Cobra Commander, not Lego minifigure. Cobra Commander.
Cobra Commander, I command you to watch Chris Perillo every night at 6 p.m. Pacific. And then at 8 p.m. Pacific, the new YouTube video goes public in his channel. Cobra!
How'd I do? Did I do well? Was that okay? Okay, so I got a freeze. Great. Okay, freeze. I'm gonna have to hold up the camera, or hold up the figure, because that's what it was when you froze me. Thank you, Vixen, dude. Here, I can do that. I think, could I do that? Did it work? I tried clipping what I just did. Let's see if the clip actually... Okay, so Cobra Commander has a message for everyone here. Cobra Commander has a message for you. There we go. Oh, you did. You clipped it too, Liz? Awesome.
It was a good clip.
So yeah, I mean, I kind of wish that the Joe line was a little higher quality for the minifigures. I wish they didn't look like Lego minifigures, because then I would like them. But it's like it's trying too hard to be a Lego minifigure, so I don't like it at all. Does that make sense? It just looks like a cheap knockoff, and everything like it. I mean, I'm picky when it comes to this stuff, really picky. But you know, a Cobra Commander not going to kill me. Another thing I got today, a Cara Dune Hot Wheels. You might remember I had one. I was looking for another so that I could open it. Very happy to have a second one. Oh, we got a light. We were going to purple. Fair enough. Thank you. Give me a second. Purple is purple. It looks blue, but it's purple. So we've got a Cara Dune. Oh, it kind of matches. Look at that. So there's that. Super 7 Ultimates Bats look killer. Yeah, but it's so big. I tend not to go after the big toys toying around. You were just watching G.I. Joe just now? Oh, your friend John. Awesome. G.I. Joe plays 24/7 on YouTube. The old episodes. Hey, Mine37388. Thank you for popping in. So there we go. It is a Cara Dune buggy. It is, Fix 'em, dude. So I'm going to open this Cara Dune buggy. held it up long enough, hopefully for the screenshot that'll be going over onto Discord. If you have not yet joined the Discord server, bang, Discord. We'll take you right there. Then you could hop on and be notified when new YouTube videos go up, or when I'm live, or the Locker Gnome stream team members are live. There's the Cara Dune buggy. There it is. It is beautiful. Absolutely spectacular. I love the Star Wars Hot Wheels. Pretty much have all of them. At least in the containers. I mean, I'm very happy they released them. I would have killed for these types of vehicles as a kid. I absolutely would have collected the Star Wars Hot Wheels as a kid. Because I didn't have a lot of Hot Wheels. I wasn't really into cars. Oh, you shot my light, dude. Why'd you do that, Fix 'em, dude? Why? Now you're gonna have to fix it. Fix 'em, dude. You shot my light. Fix it. Alright, next toy. Was it loud? Sorry, I don't know why it was loud. I haven't adjusted anything that I know of. It is possible something got adjusted on Windows. No. That's still what it should be. Give me a second. I'm verifying. Because you never know. Yeah, that's fine. It's just a loud blaster, I guess. Okay, next toy. Diana, my wife, had assuming toying around is still there. He may not have time for this frippery. I don't know. Diana mentioned that a while ago that she had a Polly Pocket growing up. And they're down in Texas. And she found her Polly Pocket figure, which those are difficult to find because they're so small. They also happen to be expensive. I told her I'd be looking out for them while thrifting. I know they're probably out there, but I hadn't been able to find one. And finally, I said, we were going back and forth about Jedi's toys and everything. And basically came down to, oh, you're doing dishes. I'm sitting here showing the toys, he's doing dishes. All right, fine. I'll have to recap. Cheese and crackers. You just keep shooting a hole in that light. This is a vintage Polly Pocket, 1989 Bluebird Toys. And so this would have been a lot like the one that Diana had when she was a kid. So I ended up having to get them on eBay, unfortunately. And I ended up getting a few of them. I think maybe 6 total or so. This is the first one to come in. Jedi has at least one of the Polly Pocket figurines that Diana had. They're just so expensive. They're just like, oh my god, this is like $20 for one of those little figurines. No way. But she also happens to have those little Star Wars, remember the little miniature Star Wars cutie things, so she can use those. They probably scale better to this anyway. But there we go, Polly Pocket, vintage Polly Pocket. I also got a Purge Trooper. An Electro Staff Purge Trooper from Jedi Fallen Order. This is part of the vintage collection, the Gaming Greats. And so I'm very happy to have this because this is the third of 4. The last one left that I haven't picked up or received is the Heavy Battle Droid. So there are 4 of them back there. And the Electro Staff Trooper is one of them. So, this is one I got. This is one I'm going to be opening. Although I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to open that. I'm putting a pile over here for toying around, okay? Like, there's some things that I'm going to show him again when he's done doing the dishes. Because that's important. I did the dishes before, you know, I did the show. Another thing that arrived today. Oh, Shibby's here. Is she? Is she? I didn't see her chat. Polly Pocket was retro. You dig it? Really? See, that's the thing. I grew up in the 70s, so like the 90s, the late 80s, it teeters on modern to me. This is definitely modern. Wrecker, part of the Toy Box series from Disney. I got 2 of them. This one I will be opening, although I don't want to open it until I can find what happened to the other Toy Box figures. They're around here somewhere, and I don't know where my wife put them, because I want to try to keep them all together. And for some reason, a lot of them are gone. But, oh well. This is Wrecker from the Toy Box series. So at some point, I will be opening this. Rika. Although, I wonder if they're going to make an Omega. That's my question. The next thing I got today, as a part of getting that shipped to me from Disney Store, Disney Shop or whatever, I got the Grogu backpack. Didn't have this previously. I've picked up so many Grogu backpacks and lunch pails, it's not even funny. Seriously, like so many of them. This backpack, it's got straps on the back, but it's also got straps on top, so it's kind of a dual system. Pockets on the side. Nothing special inside, to my knowledge. Front pouch, I assume pleather. And a nice design. Really nice, clean design. So now we've got another a Grogu backpack. And last, but definitely not least, from Hasbro Toy Shop, I got a couple of these, actually. They were on sale for like $10. Admiral Ackbar Black Series, 10-inch Black Series, Admiral Ackbar, $10. Half off. So I was like, yeah, I'll take an extra Ackbar. Why not? I mean, who would turn down an extra Ackbar? Not me. Why? Look, can you see? It's like they opened it before I got it. Like, they like tore through it. So let's go ahead and tear through the rest of it. This box is pretty much destroyed. Toy box are Disney Dimensions knockoffs? Yes. Well, they're not knockoffs. They're basically the toy box continuation of Dimensions. Well, no, it was called Toy Box. Dimensions was Lego. And Skylanders was something completely different. Oh my god, it's Tuesday. Yes, it is. You close on the house August 31st? Well, congratulations! Did I pre-order the Pixel 5a with 5G? No. Although I'm leaning heavier and heavier to the Pixel 6. I even despite its issues with software, I'm just not that nav bar in the Material U. I really don't like what they're doing with it. I don't think it's as custom as they say it is. Like, I just want grayscale. How do I get grayscale in my Material U? You can't. That's lame. And then I also want the nav bar. I want to be able to eliminate the nav bar, and you can't do that either. All right, everybody. It's a trap. There's a 6-inch Admiral Ackbar figure. It's a beautiful thing. You're losing time. Oh, I hear you, man. I'm glad I haven't had to do that in a while. How many rooms have I occupied with Star Wars? Oh, all of them. All of them. For sure. Absolutely. Hey, it makes the house a home. You feel me? So there's the Ackbar. It looks better out of the box compared to in the box. And the best part about it was just $10 for a Black Series figure for Ackbar. I agree. I should have been. I should have had him like talking to me like, it's a drop. I didn't know it was coming though. I didn't know that was going to be. I didn't know. Baron Von Bunyip asks, or says, I would have to question someone's sanity if they turn it on an Admiral Ackbar. Exactly, for $10 especially. $10 US, obviously. Thank you for the posture check. I am sitting up straight. Yeah, I had to get this one. I had to. There was another, I thought there was an older Ackbar that I also had, the General Ackbar, or no, not General Ackbar, Vice Admiral Ackbar? What was he in The Last Jedi? Or not Last Jedi, what was he in, The Force Awakens? He was Ackbar, but you did not miss the life advice, Shibby. So here's my general schedule. I mean, of course, this is a live stream, and things happen, and we kind of play it by ear. But that said, 6 p.m. it begins. 6:10 the countdown stops because people are kind of warming up. They're coming in. 7 p.m. is around the time where I'm going to start, where I'm going to begin to lay down the advice to clip it for YouTube. Then at 8 p.m. the queued advice goes public. So right around 7 p.m. Pacific. That's about as best as I can pull off because it gives me an hour to kind of warm up, show things, do things, and not like rush right into the advice. Give people a chance to breathe. One of the reasons why I chose 8 o'clock for the public time, by the way, is because as I broadcast, at 6, there's maybe about 20 people, 15, 20 people, and then inching its way till about 7, and then there's maybe around 50 people, and by the time we hit at 8 o'clock, it's usually like, it could even be like 60, 70 people, depending on the night. So that's one of the reasons why I chose that as a scheduling cadence. Hey, Bows. You know what? I should just create a trigger for the camera, huh? I should make it an affiliate link too, huh? All right, hang on. Give me a second. I'm lazy when it comes to this stuff. I'm not really good with the affiliate program. It is a... give me a second. Let me do this. Wait. Really? Give me a second. That's the link code. I think I have to get a different link. Where do I have a legacy Amazon link? I'm trying to think. Hey, Krusty. Shout out to Krusty. Even though he really doesn't stream on Twitch. Where do I have a legacy locker gnome thing? Give me a second. This is probably the worst. Yeah, that's the worst possible thing I could do. Give me a moment. I'm going to see what I can find. No, what the heck? One moment. Oh, there we go. Okay, great. I found it. I'm going to set up a trigger here. Yeah, but here's the answer to the question. Who's asking for it? Was Boaz? What did I end up doing in today? Work. It was all work for me here. That's the link to the camera. I need to set up a trigger for that. Most of what I did today, I mean, during the day, of course, Intel. I can't really talk about what I'm doing, but you know now that I'm a product manager there. Meetings, a lot of setting the stage. I have even more of that to do tomorrow, although most of what I'm going to be doing tomorrow is not meetings, but writing and documenting and planning. So it's work. But I got to tell you, it is very rewarding work. And that's something that I'm very happy to report. All right, let's say camera, everyone. Chris uses is what Chris uses for his primary stream camera. There we go. And command is activated. So now, bang, camera. Bam. There you go. That is the link. There you go. Congratulations. We now have a trigger. It's the ZV-1. For the other cameras, I'm not going to go detail those because the one that's pointed down at the stand that's currently printing. We'll see how it turns out. I may end up doing more of these. That's an iPad camera. It's an iPad. It's the latest iPad. So that's an iPad camera. And then of course the other camera over here that's I guess not up. Give me a second. Let me. Oops. I hate launching Spotlight when I'm using Windows because it's like, oh, Spotlight's not going to work. One moment. There we go. So this is the other camera, or not. I thought it was going to work. Why is it not working? Did it work now? There we go. Okay, so this is the other camera. This is an iPhone. It's an iPhone 8. I may end up upgrading this camera, though, to the new iPhone. I haven't decided yet. I'm debating. Although I'm not going to be switching. But I think, honestly, for what it is, I don't think I'm going to be upgrading the iPhone 8 camera in a long time. The only reason why I would upgrade is because I could get a better exchange rate for the iPhone 8 now than I could, let's say, a year from now. So I may be upgrading the camera, but I probably won't be using the iOS device all that often. I know, it's underkill. Underkill? That's the word I'm looking for. So that's the iPhone camera. And then, of course, when it's the quad view, it's like the main ZV-1, the iPad, and then with the other camera. Sometimes I use the OBS Ninja on my smartphone when I'm walking around. Steam Deck by Valve. No, I don't. I have one. I just don't use it all that often. I probably could. I could probably set it up so that I switch back and forth. But honestly, my needs are pretty simple, and I don't want to overcomplexify things. And my desktop space is kind of limited right now. I mean, I got my microphone, I got the iPad, I got my desktop or laptop machine, the area where I might do work, my smartphone stand. Like I would probably have to move a few things around, which wouldn't be a problem. It's not insurmountable, but it's a question of the practicality of what would I use it for. Because I'm fine with doing it the way that I do it now. It's maybe not as straightforward, but, you know, it does.
Hello there.
I think it works for the most part. Without needing extra equipment. Hello, Zach. Glad you enjoyed the raid. I had no idea. You were just gonna... It was funny. So here's what happened, Zach. And by the way, shout out to Zach Rutledge. Zach was streaming last night, and I was like... I don't think you showed up on my feed for some reason. And I was like, wait, Director Chronic's streaming. And so I popped over to his stream, and I was like, well, we'll raid Director Chronic, because he's not always streaming at the time that I'm streaming. So, so I was listening. I'm like, what's he going to do? And he's like, oh, he's going to raid. I'm like, and he says, we're going to raid someone we've never raided before. I'm like, ooh, who are they going to raid? He's going to raid. His name's Zach M. Rutledge. I'm like, no way. I'm like, all right, that's it. We're raiding Zach. So then I raided, and I was trying to tell you, Zach, I was like, hey, in just a few minutes, like, you're about to get hit again. So that's pretty cool. You have Stream Deck that uses your TriCaster. I don't have a TriCaster. I'm not interested. Loop Deck, possibly. Here's the thing. I'm not really into production. I'm into, simplicity, ease of management, and doing my best to create, it's people ask about the camera all the time. They ask, oh, what are you using for here? So I know it's working. It's a matter of desktop real estate and knowing what the common things that I use that I can't easily get in another way. Like, I understand it's a button push to switch a view. I totally get that. But it's not that difficult for me to use keyboard shortcuts on the desktop either. So I'm a keyboard shortcut kind of guy. Like, through and through. Zero doubt. Software is clunky on the Loop Deck. Oh yeah, that would not surprise me. There's a lot of clunky crap out there. I'm not into clunk. It took me years before I used OBS. I mean, I used it years ago, and I was like, this is garbage. But it pretty much became the standard, and as much as I don't think the UI is fantastic, it works. I mean, it's the only thing to use. Hey, Uber Superfly. Again, thanks for picking up those Grogu tins for Season 2, Topps cards, because I have not found them here, and I've been looking for them. You get it? You're not bringing in guests, so you don't need it. Yeah, I don't really bring in guests all that often. When I have, I jury-rig it another way. So, like, I brought in Krusty a few weeks ago, and what I did was I said, all right, just here, I'm going to give you an OBS Ninja link and use it, but I'm not going to pull the audio from that. We're going to do, we're either going to connect on Discord for audio or just to do a regular phone call. So the audio was separated from the visual, and it was in seemingly perfect sync. So I didn't have to mess with anything. Like, I just used an OBS Ninja embed, and it was fine. Box break. What's box break? Hang on, toying around. Box break. What's box break? Now I gotta know. Is that a thing? Pics are now on Discord. If you've not joined Discord, Liz has initiated the command bang Discord. There's the link to the Discord server. Hang on. Whoa. Box break. What's the box break? Oh, are you taking a box break? Is it a thing? I gotta know. Now I'm interested. What platforms have I live streamed in the past? Toasting You. I've been live streaming ever since it was an option. Oh, the Topps Mando cards. Thank you. They're coming. Hopefully they're coming in soon. I haven't. Uber Superfly found them. I told him it's really no rush in sending them because he's found some other stuff, and I'm like, oh, I already have that. But that's something that I'm very much looking forward to. So the Topps Mando cards are going to be en route as soon as Uber Superfly decides that he's wanting to get them sent off to me, and then we'll coordinate it. I pay for it and all that stuff because there's a lot of things I can't get access to. Any card I'm looking for specifically, I'd like to get the set personally. I didn't get Mando Season 1. I missed the tin. I only found out about that one from Yoko. She said she had an extra one though, so I'm kind of happy about that. I would have wanted the tin. I don't collect cards always. I mean, I have, but it's been scattershot. The only real trading card series that I'm up to date on, and usually and get, the series when I can, Garbage Pail Kids. Those are like absolute must-haves. But the Star Wars stuff, I don't chase down. I picked up a few thrifting from the collectible card games, but that's about it. So in terms of a card I'm looking for, if I were to do anything, I would probably try to chase down the set. Your best YouTube video has 2.9 million views. Wow, I'm not sure how many millions mine has. I've got a few top videos on YouTube. Of course, nothing like the new advice videos. And by the way, my advice videos are right there. The new live video the new advice video goes public in about an hour and 15 minutes. And we'll be doing the Raid Brigade at that time. So hopefully y'all are around at 8 p.m. Pacific in about another hour. Now, someone was asking, sorry. I wanted to get back to answering the question from Toasting You. I've used every live platform. I mean, I was streaming audio back in 2004. And that I believe predated YouTube. And YouTube definitely wasn't live back then. I started really live streaming when Ustream launched. And that's when I jumped aboard. I ended up sitting on the advisory board for Ustream. They were acquired by IBM. And signed up for a Justin TV account, which is one of the reasons why my Twitch account is 14 years old. So I've been live streaming since the days of Ustream. I had a Justin TV account, but I didn't use it because Ustream was where I pretty much set up camp. And then Justin became Twitch, and that was gaming. I'm like, well, not interested at all. Just not interested. And so for the longest time, I didn't use my Twitch account because I'm like, I'm really not gaming. I'm not a gamer. And then over the past couple years, just chatting took off, and I'm like, okay, I'm in. Let's do this. And then right around the beginning of the year, I made the New Year's resolution to live stream every day. And I've been doing it. Rain or shine. I've been live streaming every day. I've fulfilled that promise. And now that we're doing the YouTube Raid Brigade when the new YouTube video goes live at 8 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to be probably continuing to live stream every day indefinitely, because now I've got a really good reason to do it. Not just because it's fun to engage in the bits and the tips. I mean, I don't get many tips, but a lot of bits and cheers and the sound effects and the subs here on Twitch. But now it's an extra bonus because when a new YouTube video goes up, I've got a direct channel to talk to. I'm not joking, y'all. If you're listening to me right now, you're at the core part of the community. And I know there are many people that would tune in and do tune in that aren't listening at this moment. But I think the core part of this community are the people who tune in to Twitch on a very regular basis. And that's an absolute truth. So, it's a great way of kind of building that kind of acceleration, especially at the launch of something new. I used YouTube, and as soon as YouTube launched live streaming, I told Ustream, I'm like, I've got to stream on YouTube. I have to, because that's where a lot of my revenue at that time for video was being made. And they understood. So, they were acquired. I'm going to let it dry for a bit, but it's... Damn. But, unfortunately, I don't think that YouTube, despite having live video features, it didn't and still hasn't integrated the live video within a normal channel. And that was my biggest problem with how YouTube handled it. I blame myself, but I also blame YouTube. YouTube treats a live video the same way as it treats a pre-recorded video. And when you upload shorts now and regular, quote unquote, regular videos and live videos to a YouTube channel, you're blowing your stats out of the water. Blowing it out of the water. And the problem with that is you're going to potentially destroy the everything that's going on. Now, I was never a good YouTuber, ever. I did a lot of videos, a lot of wacky videos. Of course, a lot of stuff that was related to tech, because that's what I was interested in at the time. But I grew up, you know, and had other things that I wanted to do. And so I wanted to try different things. So then the vlog was the best engagement that I ever had on YouTube. Best. Ever. People think it was tech. I'm like, no, it was the vlog. The vlog was the best sustained engagement ever. We would get like 1,000 likes on a video without even batting an eyelash. So, you know, but it was time to sunset it after a time. I'm like, okay, you know, Jedi was born. There was a lot of stuff going on. People were moving on. I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'm not going to drag this on and have this, my life be, you know, a drag on me. So did a lot. I've done a lot of types of videos. That was my problem with YouTube, is that I wasn't niche. I wasn't. Even when people thought I wasn't. That was my problem. And even trying to create a separate channel ran into different problems. So there's problems no matter how you slice it. So theoretically, taking an approach in doing advice videos, since a lot of people knew me for my advice for one thing or another, my hope is that it'll work. That will work. You mean you didn't appreciate people upset that you had a child? Yeah, not really. Chris, you've changed. Well, no blank, Sherlock. Life happens. All right, let's try this stand. By the way, someone was asking, I think Major something Geeks. Sorry, I got to remember the handle. My printer's so quiet. Well, it's off right now because it's finished printing. Or I may end up doing another one of these. But generally, it is quiet. The Prusa Mini is quiet. Thank you, Major Gamer Geek. This is Prusa Mint Galaxy Black. I pulled it out because it was a black one that I had opened, and it looks like I've got to twist off some of the components. You can tell, possibly, that it's kind of sparkly, so it's kind of galaxy. It's like a perfect kind of Star Wars filament. So I wanted to try this. Toasting You says, thanks, man. Great to hear that's going good now. Well, I'm not going to say it's going good. It's going, certainly. And I'm happy to continue to experiment. I'm having a good time. It's working for me at the moment. And, you know, it's my hope to continue down this path because I enjoy doing things on Twitch. I enjoy putting videos on YouTube for an audience that may not know me. And so that's my biggest challenge now, is to get to people who don't know who I am. Because the people who know who I am have a preconceived notion of who I am. And it's not always accurate, right? Which is unfortunate. That's what happens when people get to know you. And, you know, y'all probably know who I am. I'm not worried about y'all. But it's getting to a different group of people. That's what it's going to take. Sparkly like my hair? My hair is sparkly? I didn't know that. I got to pull off some of this. The model puts the pegs on the side to be kind of twisted off, which is fine. I think it's a smart way of doing it because that way you don't have to worry about supports. But it kind of leaves these hanging chads, for the lack of a better word, that I just need to pull off. All right, so we've got the stand. It has been assembled, like the Avengers. Who am I? I have silver sparkles in my hair. Do I? Do I, Liz? I believe I do. Have glitter when you send me crap. Okay, here's the test. Hello, Chanix Bro. No, stop! No, Chanix Bro. One of these days, I'm going to have to pull him in for an interview. You know, I would probably do more interviews on my show if I had a producer, because right now I am tapped. All right. Wow. It's color me impressed. Hang on, let me get him on. Wow. You know, for a fan-made stand, this is a great reason to get a 3D printer. Granted, this is on an Empire stand, and they also have a Rebel stand, but nice. I think I'm going to be printing some more of these, and I'll have to do the orange Rebel. I'll do like Jesse orange glitter to do some rebel stands. Because, wow. I have a handful of them. I'm like, I've seen them. I'm like, yeah, I'll get to them. Because I don't really print out stands for the Black Series a lot. But, wow. Now I need one of these designs for the Bad Batch. Because I've got some Bad Batch figures. And I need a Bad Batch stand. I wonder if someone's done a Bad Batch stand. Yeah, it works. Forget looks. It works well, right? It's firm. It may fall out, but it's firm. The Ackbar is firmly planted. Wow, okay. This is an easy reprint. Wow. And it only takes an hour. Sorry, Chris, I couldn't afford it. Yeah, I hear you. You should try to interview Diana from Texas. I should pull her in, huh? Well, like I said, if I did, it would be by way of OBS Ninja, and then calling her on the phone. It would be too much for her. Krusty, I could handle that way. Diana, maybe it may take some rejiggering. Like I'd have to try to potentially pull her in by way of Discord, and then when I do that, it taxes the desktop in a different way, and frame rate could suffer. So I could pull in Diana from Discord. How I would have to, because I'm trying to think. There was another shortcoming that I would have run into, and that was specifically I would have the headphones on so you could hear her and I could hear her, but the microphone situation may have been weird, and there may have been some kind of an issue because OBS wants to lock exclusive access on this. Use NDI screen capture to capture the audio and video from Discord. Well, I've got NDI running right now. That's how I'm capturing video specifically from the iPad. So this is an NDI camera, and so I can't add multiple NDI sources in OBS. It chooses one or the other. So it's kind of like I said, there's always a trade-off, and so OBS Ninja I found to be the most effective way of bringing in one guest. Into the environment and bringing them in specifically here, like normally, right? Let me go ahead and turn on camo. So like, there'd be down there, right? So down in this area would be the embed, or if I was using OBS Ninja or the Discord, and then over there, right? That's like when y'all are chatting. Drop is broken right now for some reason. I don't know why. It's not working. And Liz said that Zach was also running into issues with that. Ackbar is huge, but granted, this camera is a close-up camera here, so I've got it zoomed in down here because when I'm working at the desk for Lego builds, the iPhone is just on a tripod stand. But of course, when I'm showcasing, it's just as easy and better for me to hold it up here. It's a better view than down there. This is more like I'm working at the desk, taking off supports, building something, doing something over here. So yeah, trust me, I've run through so many scenarios with this. This Ackbar is almost life size. I'm really short. I don't know if y'all knew that. Need to look at Restream for bringing in guests. Restream wouldn't work because I don't want to go browser based. OBS works much better than the browser based stuff. I can't bring in certain elements with the browser-based stuff, like not easy to pipe in music, not easy to switch scenes, not easy to handle a lot of that stuff. So I just as soon manage it another way. In the past, at the beginning, I was taking basically a live video feed out of the iPad and cropping a Zoom call. That's how I was doing that for a while, and it was fine, but it was clunky. It didn't work very well. Okay. Great. We need to talk. I'm sure we do. Keyc75, the force is with you. Thank you for reading. I appreciate when people read those rules. The trade-offs are frustrating. You settled on StreamYard. Yeah, I use... when I'm streaming on YouTube, because I've done it a couple times, I've used Melon, and Melon's okay, but it's not. I don't know. I'm not into the guest streaming as much, and maybe if I was, it'd be different. I'm a big believer in not cross-platform streaming, not just because I think it waters down community, but because the lack of optimization around it, and it's the native functionality on any platform is much preferred. So I would rather focus on Twitch or YouTube for different video types rather than Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. Like Facebook, you know, I'd possibly be interested in broadcasting out to Facebook while also broadcasting potentially to Twitter using Periscope or whatever they're using now. There's not much of a detriment, but because I'm a partner, I can't do multi-streaming easily. Like there's some no-nos about that. So I'm not into the multi-streaming stuff. Sorry you're late. Oh, yeah, okay, Dark Toy Lord, I guess I can start. Okay, well, recap, everyone, for the toy people who are here. Not just Dark Toy Lord, but also toying around. Another streamer here on Twitch who does toys. So Dark Toy Lord, you may be interested. I've got an Ackbar. I got this Ackbar Black Series for $10 on eBay, Hasbro Toy Shop. He's on an Empire stand, an Imperial insignia or logo stand that I just 3D printed. Takes about an hour. It's on a Prusament Galaxy Black, which produces that Starfield effect. So that's one toy. Another toy that I opened tonight was the Cara Dune Hot Wheel. Found another one. I had one that was already, I wanted to keep in the package. Thank you for following, Sprocket. I'm just doing my acquisitions recap. New acquisitions for the toy people that may have missed it. I also got a Cobra Commander Lego minifigure knockoff, licensed Cobra Commander that came with a fang. I'm going to be selling this fang, though. I'm going to be holding onto the figure. Cobra Commander is one of my chases for figures or items. I'm like, I can't get all the G.I. Joe stuff, but, you know, I gotta be careful with it. Very good. Thank you so much, Sprocket. I appreciate you reading those rules. The Force is with you. The next toy I got, and this is the next one that I want to open. This is the Electro Staff Purge Trooper. There was one at the Black Series, had one of these, but just so you know, all you toy collectors out there, 3.75 inch is my scale. This is absolutely my scale. 5 POA is my thing. I love Super 7 reaction. Super articulated stuff, TBC, I'm fine with. Whatever it's going to take to stay with this scale. I'm a fan of Lego minifigures, not the knockoffs. For the knockoffs, sometimes I will chase them down, though. So you got to make exceptions, right? You can't collect it all. So this is the Electro Staff Purge Trooper. And now that I got my toy peeps here, I'm going to open it. And don't worry, I also have one that's going to stay in the box. You bought a Creality printer a couple months ago, just so you could print some stands. Haven't done a dang thing. Oh, come on! Now, I've heard people have some issues with Creality. What's interesting, though, is someone just said it today, before the stream started, that they ended up getting a Prusa Mini, just like me. This is a review unit, but I've been very happy with the Prusa Mini. And as Toying Around noted, it's very quiet. You can't hear it. The 3D printer's running right now. It's very quiet. Incredibly quiet. So, let's go ahead and get this Electro Staff put together. Oh, I'm so glad these purple lightning bolts, electro bolts, are staying on, because that was my biggest issue with the Electro Staff 6-inch figure, is those purple things constantly fall off. So they nailed this. They nailed this on the Electro Staff. Absolutely nailed that. And of course, the Purge Trooper. Oh, yes, they use soft goods for the tunic. Very happy about that. That's insane. My Anycubic Mega X runs in the next room so I can hear it while streaming. Oh, yikes. No. Prusa Mini. I don't have a resin printer yet. I have a feeling it'll eventually happen. I guess I'm kind of waiting for it to get easier and cleaner. Less sloppy. I don't really have a play shop, though. This is my play shop. I don't have, like, a workshop, so to speak. So I've got to be very careful about things that happen in here. I think maybe years from now, maybe as my daughter Jedi possibly gets into this kind of thing, I will upgrade. And, oh, I guess the purple did fall off, dang it. And get a resin printer. Until then, I'll just have to rely on the kindness of strangers, buying things on Etsy and what have you. I was very happy. I'm glad. They offered to send this as a review unit earlier this year, and I've been 3D printing something different every day. So new followers, just understand that. Something different every day. I'm having a problem getting this Electro staff to go into his hand because the staff itself is kind of thick. You had a crazy expensive weekend toy-wise. DC Multiverse, Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series. Oh boy. Yeah, see, that's why I'm glad. The only Marvel stuff that I've picked up has been the Marvel Retro series. Much like reaction figures, the 5 POA Marvels. So I'm going to continue that collection. That is the intent. Here is the Electro Staff Trooper. It's absolutely beautiful. See, I can't collect it all. I did not grow up with the Marvel shows. I barely grew up with Marvel comics because I didn't have a lot of comics growing up. I was cracking over here. So there's the Electro Staff. Yeah. First test print is on the Saturn. Hollywood N3D is another one of those people who got into 3D printing this year. I believe largely inspired by this stream and what we were doing in here. So awesome to have more people who love 3D printing and toy collecting. This is another toy that I got. It arrived. Wrecker from the Toy Box line. This one is going to be intended to be opened. But I'm holding off on opening some of the Toy Box figures that I've had because I can't find the Toy Box figures that I have already opened. I'm not sure where they went. I don't know if Diana put them somewhere or I'm missing them in a bag somewhere. But I want to try to keep them all together for obvious reasons. And I've got just a few of the Toy Box figures separate, but not the ones that I gave Jedi so that Jedi could play with. They are somewhere, and I have no idea where. Some of the original Toy Box figures. Another thing I got, and I think Toying Around saw this earlier, but Dark Toy Lord did not. My wife had this growing up, a Polly Pocket, so this is a vintage Polly Pocket. Vintage in the sense that it's a part of the original line back in 1989. Wouldn't necessarily be vintage for me, although in the 80s, it does. I guess it does kind of count as vintage. So I got this for her, and I've got a few other Polly Pockets for her coming up, although I'm not sure about getting the Polly Pocket vintage figures because they tend to be a bit pricey, but it is. Apprentice Ewok! Okay, I'm going to have to do this again. I got an Ackbar, $10. Hasbro Toy Shop just printed off a Black Series stand on the 3D printer. I'm printing another one. It's got the Empire insignia on it. That may not be visible, but it will be on the printer. Just opened the Electro Staff Trooper Apprentice Ewok. It's good to see you. Waiting on Black Series tech. Oh yeah, I'm waiting for that one too. And Wrecker. And then I also got a Cobra Commander G.I. Joe figure. I'm going to be selling this at a local toy thrift shop. That sometimes has some good deals, but because I chase down Cobra Commander stuff sometimes if I am inclined. I also got a Grogu backpack from the Disney store because when I got the Wrecker, I'm like, well, I want to get free shipping. So, I'm like, what else could I get? So I got this. There you go. And that's it, I think. Okay, any other toy people out there? Any other this is just today.
Show me what you got.
I just did. I got a Cara Dune Hot Wheel that I opened. There you go. How's that? So this is just today. So sometimes I get stuff every day. Like this isn't just like, wow, Chris, that's amazing haul for the month. I'm like, no, that's just today. It kind of depends on what shows up in the mail or what I find, in stores that day. So I got lucky. There was something that I saw at Ross that there's some good stuff at Ross right now, and I'm not able to find it because I know scalpers are picking them up. I understand what they're doing, but it just frustrates me because I want to buy it for myself. They're Star Wars branded like bamboo plates, and I saw a BB-8 one the other day that hadn't been put out yet. I'm like, I kept waiting. And I'm like, okay, I'll come back later, and it still wasn't out. Came back this morning, it was gone, or at least I couldn't find it. So I was really kind of disappointed in that. Oh, freeze. I missed a freeze? How did I miss a freeze? I did miss a freeze. 20 minutes ago? 8 minutes. 8 minutes, Krusty. 8 minutes. 8.
Dark Toy Lord cheered X100.
Thank you, Dark Toy Lord. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate the cheer. Here, let me do it this way. I appreciate the cheer. Boink. So, what did I see? I saw, toying around saying, regular Tuesday, no biggie. Ha! Hello, 93. You keep shooting holes in my light, Liz! With these blasters. What are you doing? Hey, 49 Poost, good to see you again. Welcome back. It's just past 7 o'clock, which means in another hour, at 8 p.m., an hour from now, today's YouTube video goes public. So today's YouTube video, today's advice video that's gone public, or will be going public, if you want to prepare a comment, because remember, we're going to go there. The stream will still be going on, but we'll do a kind of a brigade over to YouTube. Like, comment, watch the video in full, even at 2x, because that's the only way it counts, because otherwise YouTube goes, shenanigans. So tonight's is going to be, you don't have to agree with someone. No, wait, no, that's
Joe_Tosh G cheered X100. I watched the advice video this morning. Great tips.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the cheer and for watching the advice videos that I'm posting to YouTube now. Tonight's video is going to be more for the people who work, have a job, or potentially work with other people. Why ignoring task management skills destroys trust. So, like, if someone counts on you to do something, the bottom line is you gotta see through it, man. You gotta see it through, because otherwise they're gonna lose your trust, and they're never gonna want to work with you again. So that's gonna be tonight's video. I'll get that link prepared when it's closer to time. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. And thank you, Joe, for the cheer. Very appreciated. We got a hype train? Do we? Fine, we got a hype train. Okie dokie. FYI, YouTube recommended a different advice video to do. Well, Dark Toy Lord, that's awesome. That's awesome. Hopefully you took advantage of it, because that's how it builds its algorithm. Like, well, if you like this one, you may like this one, and if you like that one, you may like that one, and then it says all the people that they may also like, so it kind of takes all that data in aggregate. All right, Eclipse Empire, thank you for the 100 bits.
Eclipse Empire cheered X100.
I'm gonna get Emperor Perillo teen.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, I get gassy when I'm getting ready to get on the stream.
Faceless cheered X100. Hype train. Smelly Palpatine time. Hello, Palpatine.
Okay, I am ready. Like I said, I got a little gassy. Let's go ahead and turn on a hype light here. Look at that. Are you feeling hypey? How hypey do you feel? Are you hypnotized yet? Yes? Well, you are now here with me. Shibby, thank you so much for enabling that fart to jump out of my system and directly into the microphone. It is beautiful. So, we are at a level 1 hype train. With any luck, we will get through a level 5, but even if we don't, that's okay. I will be here for the duration.
Faceless cheered X100. Palpatine smells funny. Dance for us. Hype train. Choo choo choo.
I choose you. I had much gas. It needed to be. It did. Honestly, I was having a problem putting on my robe, my cloak. It was not easy. By the way, I came up with an amazing idea. I'm not going to tell you, because I'm not sure how it's going to go down. I don't know if I'm going to tell anybody for like another 6 months. But I think I figured out a way. Good. Not just good, like amazing, like outstanding. A way for me to get Jedi robes and pay for them, but make them work. Not just here for the stream, right? But like actually real licensed Jedi robes. I figured it out. I figured out a way, but I don't know if it's going to work.
Faceless just gifted 1 subs.
Thank you, Liz, for the gifted sub. Stonewall certainly will appreciate that. And Krusty 3D, thank you so much for those 10 bits. Beautiful bits.
The very, very sharp bits. Stingy, clingy bits. Joe. Oh boy. Joe, wait, why did we not hear Joe?
Joe underscore Tosh G cheered X100, dab for us.
There you go. Was that enough? Did I dab right? Yes? Is that the dab? A little dab will do ya. Thank you, Hollywood N3D, for the 100 bits, and Liz for the additional 10.
Hollywood 3D cheered X100.
Yes, he did. And then, fix him, dude.
Fix some dude cheered X100. Go go, Team Coffee Crisp.
Oh, I miss Coffee Crisp. Unfortunately, we cannot get it here with the nutritional components.
I am your father.
What? Really? Daddy? Is it really Daddy? Eclipse Empire, thank you for cheering the 66 bits, but who's my daddy? Alinian Art? Alinia? You're my daddy? I had no idea. I had no clue. My friend in veganism, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Alina. Very appreciated. All the support. Dabby Palp, great. You got a palpy dab. A little dab will do ya. Oh boy. I can't believe I dabbed. It's a little strange to me. I feel uncomfortable. And it usually, that's as much as I dance. I know a lot of other streamers are like, Zach is all like this, and Panfred Nudo is all like this, and I'm all like, no, I'm here, I'm stationary, and that's the way it's going to be. And when I say stationary, I don't mean the kind that you write on, okay? Just FYI, never write on me, if that's okay with you. We are now at a level 2 hype train, with 3 minutes left to go. Which is fantastic. You did miss a dab. Joe Tashi cheered for a dab, and the Emperor dabbed in these not-so-new clothes. We've got a question from Fujari.
Faceless cheered X100, the NCE Dance Dance, do the funky chicken, the electric slide, the Urkel.
I don't even know what are those. Like, I can do this. This is my dance. Because if I move around, then my cloak will fall off. Because honestly, it doesn't, like, even when I have it attached up here, right? It's loose. And maybe it's just that I'm too small. I need to be bigger. So I have to, I need water. Oh my. We had a question in the middle of this hype train. There you go, Stonewall. Thank you for thanking Liz for your gifted sub. How much to get me to Fortnite? I've never Fortnited. I've yet to Fortnite. It's all I have Fortnite figures, because I think they look awesome. I think they look so cool. But I don't Fortnite. Look at this!
B1G underscore Yano rated my stream with 5 viewers.
Thank you so much, Big Jano. Or Yano, as the stream called you. We're in the middle of a hype train. Shout out to Big Jano. And Shibby, did you get the link to the Dabby Palpy? I hope you did. If not, hang on, Shibby, make sure you got it. We're almost out of time. About a minute left at level 2. Give me a second. You missed a dab. Let me reply so that Shibby sees it. Do not want to miss this opportunity. There you go. Well!
Do us Falcon cheered X500, chugga chugga.
Chugga 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 choo choo. I would say fantastic. 500 bits, 55%, just shy of 60. Oh my god, you blew past that.
B1G underscore Yano cheered X500.
Big Jano coming in. Not just with a raid, but pushing us ever so close to a level 3 hype train, currently at 83%. Fantastic. And a follow from a fellow must be a fellow Star Wars fan, R2Dean2. I love that handle. I do.
Faceless cheered X100, Choo choo, let's get some popcorn.
We are going to go for some popcorn. 89% with about 10 seconds left. And it may cut us off just before made it oh so close. Good attempt, everybody. Valiant try. But it seems that the level 2 is as far as we're going to make it today. Quite alright. I will reward you nonetheless. So R2-D2, I show off Star Wars stuff all the time. Star Wars toys, I'm 3D printing Star Wars stuff. Obviously, I'm Emperor Palpatine right now because it's a hype train. And that's what I do during hype trains. But the hype train is now over, so I'm going to give everybody a few points and then leave. Thank you everybody for trying. I appreciate all the bits. So here you go, a bonus. Everybody gets some popcorn. And I will continue. I will come back. We'll continue to talk. And I will begin to give everybody today's life advice. I mean, Chris will. I won't. Okay, I don't know what Palpatine committed me to, but I need to get some water first because I'm hoarse. Oh boy. This emote literally looks like your dog. Oh, that's so cool. You want a Palpatine life advice? Oh, maybe one day we'll do a Palpatine life advice. One day. Maybe one day, if you're so lucky. So Dean, welcome aboard. Welcome to the Play Shop. My name is Chris. Every night I'm streaming 6 p.m. Pacific here on Twitch. At 7 p.m. or so, in this hour, I give life advice. That video is then clipped and uploaded to YouTube, and then queued up a few days in advance. And then 8 o'clock, so in about 45 minutes, my new video goes public on YouTube, and we all go over there to like, comment. If you haven't subscribed to YouTube, subscribe. And then, of course, also watch the video in totality, right? You know, you gotta watch it in full. You got like, even if it's at 2 speed, right? Because that's the only way that the like and the comment really get qualified. I'm foaling horse, no doubt about that. Hype light in the back. I can turn it off. Sorry, hype light. Yes, palpitate. No, I'm not palpitating. Palpatine happened, though. Video Game TV NZ. Thank you so much for the hype train. I'm glad we got out of the station. Glad we made it to level 2. Palpatine life advice, give your rage, let your hate consume you. Oh, totally. It'll totally be hate-filled. Palpatron? How about Paw Patrol? Emperor Paw Patrol. What about that one? I am going to go get some water, and I will return, and then we will start laying down the life advice, and that will be clipped and then made public in a few days. So you get to watch it happen live. Then you also get to help accelerate it on YouTube when it goes public in a few more days. So give me a minute or so. I'm going to flip over to the 3D printer. Currently printing another Black Series stand with the Imperial insignia on it, which you will see, really coming to light here soon. I heard something else. Obama Envy. Thank you for following. Really appreciate that. I will be back in a moment with some water. Needed this. Boy, I needed this. All right. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and stage the life advice. In another 40 minutes, the new YouTube video goes public. And, of course, the playlist is right here in case you want to sub and turn on notifications and all that crap. You get all that. You get it direct. Right? It's a little easier that way. You know what I'm saying? Oh. I should have been drinking water before. I've been eating spinach lately. I don't think that's why I'm thirsty. I know my voice is getting hoarse. It's a little hoarse. It's pony. I had they were on sale, like the bags of spinach, like 10 ounces of spinach for like $1.50. So like I grabbed like, you know, quite a few bags, and like, cause it's easy to do. I just put it in a non-stick pan, put a lid on it, and then just let its own moisture, kind of like, wet it down. And then I basically have cooked spinach. It takes no time at all. Super nutritious. Although I'm not sure about the fiber content. I think when you water it down, it may decrease its efficacy. But I also don't want to eat the spinach with a dressing, because then by doing that, I would have dressing, right? And I don't want to use dressing if I can avoid it. Although I do put a little bit of sauce on the side. I much more prefer the not creamed spinach, but a cooked spinach. Fair enough. Thank you, Liz, for posting more over on Discord. Spinach frozen banana berry smoothie. I can't eat a lot of bananas. I have a problem with my intestinal system in bananas. It's a thing. Even when they're ripe, it's a thing. So I try not to have a lot of bananas. I also try to avoid smoothies as well. It's very calorie laden. It's a lot of, I'd rather eat the fruits whole if possible. Still getting through grapes that came on sale for like 99 cents a pound the other day. Anyway, I'm just saying, I'm eating as nutritious food as I possibly can. Good food. You're a fat pig? No, you're not a fat pig. I wouldn't say that. I don't know you. I wouldn't. Even if you were a friend, I wouldn't call you that. That's not very kind. Okay, here we go. Some people find smoothies an efficient way of getting it all in. Yeah, no doubt about that, Liz. It's just that they shouldn't be the crux of a meal. It's not a good way to get it. You're better off. The fiber is the thing that'll fill you up, but if you grind it all down, it's less effective. As nutrient dense, but then you're dealing with other things. All right. Now we're going to lay down the advice. Ew. Glad I'm going to advice mode. Way to go, Krusty. You decided you're going to teach yourself to code? Well, that's not a bad idea. I say go for it. You have to chew your vegetables? We did not agree to this. Sorry, ectoplasms. It's a thing. In fact, I was learning today that there are, cytotoxins. There's an issue where inflammation is different. Your body's inflammation is different, even with chopped vegetables, compared to like whole vegetables that you cut yourself versus chopped vegetables. You have lower inflammation if you slice and cut fresh versus if you get one pre-chopped, like fruits and veggies. I'm like, wow. So that changes everything. So that means if I want carrots, it's going to be a real carrot, not a pre-cut, pre-washed carrot. Same thing with fruits. Instead of chopped fruits, having the whole fruits. Apparently, it doesn't inflame like a meat would inflame. Ground beef, because it's cut, would inflame more than like a steak, which still inflames. But it's about, lessening the possibility of inflammation that I have. And so now I'm having to kind of like, okay, what would I have that is cut? And I had a couple of carrots, but not a big deal. It's just about minimizing all of those things, trying to minimize them, just for a better approach to nutrition and health. Yeah, that's the thing. When you're motivated to self-learn, you can learn so much and even enjoy it at the same time. It's because you got motivation. That's probably not a bad topic to go into in terms of advice. Give me a second. I gotta think about this. You know, this kind of dovetails. I actually have something that I wanted to talk about. How can I stage this? Give me a second, because I really want to read. I want to read DG776's as I go into advice view. So as a reminder, chat's going away, everything's going away. Drop hasn't been working anyway. Y'all can do raffles too. I don't care. Okay, here we go. My child glass. All right. Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo, and I am an expert in being myself. I love sharing advice, opinions, perspectives. I've been doing it my entire life. But of course, one size definitely does not fit all, so anything that I put out there, just please contextualize it within the framing of your own life, if you will. I'm streaming the advice live on Twitch. I'm streaming live on Twitch every night at 6 p.m. New YouTube videos go up at 8 p.m. And someone just threw out, as he joined the stream, DG776, he says, I've decided I'm going to self-teach myself code. My job in IT kind of sucks, and I don't like help desk support, plus my boss and coworkers don't really respect me. He goes on, and he says, funny thing is, you can miss so much in school since you do it just for the grades, but when you're motivated to self-learn, you can learn so much and even enjoy it at the same time. And what's interesting about this is, number one, I totally see where he's coming from, and I completely agree. Having that motivation is key, not just to learning, but to being constructive with your time. And that's something that I had in my notes, some advice that eventually I would want to give. And so when he threw that comment out there, I came back to a little note I left myself, motivation to do something constructive. And motivation is best when it's intrinsic, right? When you have internal motivators in your head, in your heart, right? Things inside you that are pushing you to do something. You have intrinsic motivations. Whether or not you have an internal locus of control or an external locus of control, your locus of control is independent from your motivations to do one thing or another. But when it's extrinsic motivation that's pushing you to do something, it's different, right? Because you're told to go to school in order to get good grades. You're motivated to get good grades because that leads to something else, but that's not driven by an internal motivation to change your life for the better because you don't feel respected. You feel like you do something better. And I think that if nothing else is an amazing step forward. And whether it's learning a new skill for work or a personal endeavor, because you've always wanted to try something. Earlier this year, I started to 3D print stuff. You might hear the 3D printer going on in the background. I'm doing another Black Series stand for my my Star Wars figures. And, you know, it wasn't something I knew anything about. And I had a motivation to learn because I knew I would be able to do things with a 3D printer that I couldn't do otherwise, that I would have to rely on others for. And so I had an internal motivation to try something new. And then before I knew it, it's now a part of my life, right? It's a part of the stuff that I do on the live stream. I'm a part of a greater 3D printer community. You know, I'm watching for this kind of stuff that other people do to get inspired, to see what they're doing with their lives, to be inspired to do something with mine. And it came about because of my motivation to learn something new. So the word that I wanted to cover wasn't so much motivation as it is constructive. So the note I left myself is keying in on motivation to do something constructive, because you could be motivated to do something destructive, to do something that is not really going to lead to anything positive, something that could lead to acrimony, something that could destroy relationships, something that is self-destructive without even knowing, things that tear down parts of your life piece by piece. You could have a motivation to do something destructive. You could quit your job because you're frustrated with your coworkers, and by doing so, potentially cut off an opportunity within that workplace that you may not be enjoying, but you may not have another alternative. There may be less opportunities out there for you. I don't know. I don't know your situation. And I'm talking specifically to DG776, but to anybody out there in that situation. But the fact that you had motivation, internal motivation, caused by external circumstances to better yourself, to do something constructive, is outstanding. A constructive use of time is something that puts you in a better position, that enables you to do something more, to expand your horizons, to learn something new, to gain new perspective. So the fact that you took that step, or have even decided, you've said it, now you got to do it. Saying it's easy, but now you got to do it. That's the hard part. But you can do it. If you believe you can do it, then you can do it. But you have to believe you can do it. I might believe that you can do it, but unless you believe that for yourself, it's not going to happen. But the fact that you're doing something that's constructive, you're taking an otherwise destructive incident, a negative incident or circumstance, and effectively playing Rumpelstiltskin and spinning that into gold is outstanding. Kudos. And kudos to anybody who would do the same thing. And if you have not considered doing something like that in your life, I would say use this as an example. Or use this as a pathway forward to do something constructive. To take that moment, to take that event, and to turn it on its ear. To be able to come out of this a better person, or at least attempting to do something constructive with your time, rather than waste it. I understand we all find ourselves in moments of feeling sad, dejected. I'm not going to use the word depression because, there are people that do have clinical depression, and I think some people use that word a little freely. You might very well be depressed. I don't know. But to stay there and revel in all those negative feelings, and I'm not talking about the clinical stuff. I mean, when you're sad, we all get sad. We all feel down at times, right? Just the regular feeling down. Let's just say that. Dwelling on those negative feelings and acting out and not making things better by acting out. You don't make things better by being destructive. You don't make things better by wasting your time spinning and spinning and spinning. The thing that's going to get you out of that spin is doing something constructive. What's that thing that's going to be constructive? I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know what you want to do. I don't know what your motivation would be. I don't know what you're going to do to bring yourself out of that place of sadness. But that's up to you. It's not up to anybody else to make you happy. That's up to you. You've got to find that. Because again, to kind of come back to, the motivation to get good grades versus a motivation to do better because it would bring respect. It would give you a better position where you are in more control of your destiny, right? That kind of situation is a breeding ground for going the wrong direction. And to bring something constructive out of it is positive. You couldn't. Who's gonna? People may make fun of you for taking that step, right? Because maybe they don't want to take that step themselves. That speaks more to their insecurities than yours. You're still doing something to lift yourself out, to find that happiness from within, because you know what's happening now ain't working for you. So I say it's good to at least take that step, and maybe you learn. I tried, but it wasn't for me. but you tried. Which is much better than just spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. Because that'll get you nowhere. You want to go somewhere, and you will go places. When you find enough motivation within yourself to do something about a situation that you're not happy about. To fix that situation and to make it better for you. And vicariously them. I'm not saying that, you have to, quit your job and, forget those coworkers. No, I mean, you can make the situation, it's almost like an after-school special. You can make the entire situation better. You can make their lives better by you being motivated to learn more and to do something constructive with your time. You could become, the company's leading IT person. I don't know. I don't know which direction it's going to go. I don't know. I don't know. And that's a specific example to talk about this generality. But that motivation, I say, it should be a precursor to bringing some good back into your life despite how much bad is being projected onto it. We're all human. It happens, right? Bad things happen, right? The really nasty things happen. And we have to figure out what we're going to do in those situations. And it's not always easy. And sometimes finding that motivation and that direction is not straightforward. But understand, the path to success is a crooked line. The path to success is not this. It's like... it's this. Success. It's messy. But the fact that you're on that path is an amazing step forward. It's something that I wanted to talk about anyway. Constructive use of time, that internal motivation to do something. You've provided a perfect stepping off point for me to at least cover that in the advice that I wanted to share today. Take the bad that you got and make good of it. And it's not always easy. Take something negative and make something positive. Take something destructive and make something constructive out of it. Because you are your own factory. Everything's got to go through you. Everything. Your happiness goes through you, and you're the one who's going to bring yourself happiness. I alluded to this yesterday, and I didn't go too deep into it, but that's what I was talking about. That motivation from within, that happiness, that you have to bring that to yourself. You have to find that. That's you. No one else can bring you happiness. That happiness comes from within. You can share happiness with others. That's awesome, right? You can be there for others. That's amazing when they're happy. But that happiness, maybe that makes you happy, but that happiness still comes from within. Happiness always comes from within. Take that responsibility, and I think you have, but like that comes from within. And that motivation to do something constructive, well, I'm here to reinforce what it is that you plan on doing, because that is absolutely the right step forward, in my humble opinion. I'm always happy to share advice, perspectives, opinions, and I hope to God that this may have helped at least one other person out there in sharing what it is that I shared. That's that. There you go, DG776. I think you dovetailed it quite nicely. Very nice. Thank you, Shibby. You had to have me muted a bit. No worries. You love the message. You're coming back. Well, I do this advice every night. So this is the video. This is the type of video. This will go. The video I just did, the clip will go onto YouTube in like 4 more days. I've got a queue out. Yeah, so about 4 more days. The one that I just did. We got about 20 minutes before the new YouTube video. I'm looking at my watch and I'm charging it right now. 20 minutes before the next YouTube video. I'm not exactly sure what to title that one. I don't know what to title it. What do I title that video? What would I title that advice? I don't even know where to begin. What would I title that? Thank you, Eclipse Empire, for dropping those emotes. That's a tier 3 level special emotes. You're saying, can you have a catch up with what you did out? Yeah, I've been alive. That's 20 years ago, dude. 25 years ago. I've definitely been doing things. There's my latest YouTube videos, if you want to take a look at that. If you want to take a look at those. Been dropping advice. I just dropped some new... What the hell do I title that, people? What do I title that advice? It's got to be good. It's got to be something that people search for. Dealing with depression from negative events. That's probably right. Dealing with depression from negative events. Something like that. Oh, nice. Did I stay in the industry? I am using technology right now. Look, it's a camera. Ooh, not everybody has a camera. But I believe that to create video, you need to use a camera. So yes, I am clearly still a creator. Negative motivation into positive reinforcement. I don't know. I like motivation, Shivy. Right now, the working title. Oops, the working title I have is what the hell? Give me a second. What the heck? Why? Dealing with depression from negative events. I mean, I'm not saying he was depressed, but I'm saying like in general. I got to think what people are searching for in making these titles. It's all about finding the titles. I know the word can be loaded, but and that's why I clarified it in the video. But it's still, what are people searching for? To find that answer. And I'm really bad at titles. I'm really bad at titles. How to turn things around? That's not a bad... What are people searching for? How to turn things around. It's too general. What are the keywords? It's not even a how-to. Turning negativity into construct... I'm not sure about this title. I'm not sold on the title. I don't know. And Frit, by the way, Frit SS, thank you for following. Or Fritz? Fritz. There you go. That makes sense. How attitude reflects action. That's not a bad idea. That's not bad. How attitude reflects action. Let me try that one on. How attitude reflects action. I probably need to do like a search volume on it. Actually, how attitude reflects action reminds me of something else that I wanted to talk about. There's a different topic on that front that's closer to that, but it spins around the same kind of topic, or same kind of ideology. But it's taking, you know, it's making good bad, right? Or it's making spinning good things out of bad events. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like positivity and negativity, turning negativity into positivity. Why you should... But it's not really a how-to. I didn't really say how, did I? Well, but motivations in general. Motivation to... Finding motivation to... be constructive. To Finding motivation to be constructive. Finding a light in the dark. Motivation on the way to success. Oh, I like that one. How to motivate your way to success. That I think that's it. I think that's it. I like the word success. People like the word success, and people search for that crap all the time. Not just crap, but thank you, Alina. I like that one. Motivation on the way to success. I've modified to how to motivate your way to success, because that's the how-to, is like, well, he did it, and here's the example, and here's how he did it, and here's how you can do it. Perfect. Thank you for helping me ideate. That's great. Sometimes I get stuck. Sometimes it's like straightforward. Did Fritz already leave? He's off on YouTube watching the videos, isn't he? 13 minutes. 13-minute warning before the YouTube video the next one goes up. Give me a second. Anything clinical gets flagged. Interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's all the more reason. I clarified, because when I say, you know, when I say depression, I'm not saying, because we all get depressed at times, but it's not. There are certain people who have a condition, like a clinical condition, that, you know, is it completely different. Because I am not qualified to talk about that crap at all. At all. I'm more life coach territory, though I'm not a life coach. Not even close. Uh-oh, what's that? Oh, jeez, this guy won't leave me alone. Boop. Is 134 sector bad? I have no idea. Is it? Is it bad? It might very well be. Ooh. Gonna let this cool off a tiny bit. Because I don't want it to curl. Yeah, these are nice. I don't know how many of them I'm gonna print. I should probably print a few of them. Got a few of the Black Series figures, that's for sure. Hang on just a second. Woo. Yeah, drops still aren't working. Hang on, let me go back here. I don't think I see, even when I do it here. Yeah, even after hitting refresh and refresh and refresh, they still do not work. And I've refreshed, I don't know, and the website seems to be working. I'll refresh again. That usually fixes everything, but nope. Nope. Gotta head out. Oh, no worries. Oh, toying around. You're just gonna miss the YouTube. That's okay. Quite alright, toying around. Nice to meet you. Thanks for hanging. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And shout out again to Toying Around. Another toy collector person here on YouTube. YouTube, listen to me. Oh my god. That's a sin. On Twitch. 9-minute warning. 9 minutes. 9 minutes and the YouTube video goes up and up and up and up. Get this. I think I'm gonna get another stand going here. Ah. Not easy to pull these things off. And they've got the little dangly bits. It's good that they give you 3. Give me a second. Alright, that's cleaned up. Do another one of these. I probably should just print like... I should probably print like 4 at a time, huh? What else am I going to do with the Galaxy Black? Do I even have another Black Series figure to stand this on here? Got some up there. All right, I'm gonna, oop! Ah! I'm gonna slice this. I'm gonna slice this 4 over so that I can print 4 at a time. And then Black Series stands, Crimson Dawn, Black Sun, Imperial logo, and then Rebel logo. Inlay. Oh, I don't need the inlay. Okay, so these work. I don't even have to repair. Okay. Oh, they take up... The only thing I'm worried about, it's been a while. I had some issues with this a while ago in a certain area of the printer, so I don't know. I may wait on that one. I may wait to slice the 4. 7 minutes! 7-minute warning, everyone. Gotta get that YouTube link copied over from the advice playlist. It's unlisted right now, but I the shortcut to linking to the right one, I figured out. Okay, so today's is, what's today's? It is why ignoring task management skills destroys trust. Okay, so this is a 12-minute video. Copy link address. I've got it on the clipboard. 6 minutes. Ow. Man, I don't know. My voice, I must be using my voice. I think it's because, honestly, I think it's because the past two nights in doing the Raid Brigade, for the lack of a better word, I don't know, YouTube Raid Brigade. It's not really a raid, per se. I like the word Raid Brigade, or the phrase Raid Brigade. That just sounds fun. Ooh. So I got it on the clipboard. I pretty much, everything else I did, I like went through, I'm trying to, last night I basically went through and tried to make it so that I could process everything up front. Oh crap, no, oh I should have waited, dang it. So that way, I've got a tweet scheduled out. I've got a YouTube post scheduled out. You can schedule those things. And then I just have to remember to download the MP3 for the podcast. And I've decided, like, I'm not going to save the videos, like, locally. I'm going to, I'm going to save just the MP3 files, because why save the videos? Save space, for sure. Oh, what's this? Minifigure. Hi, I'm out here, and this is me sharing that acknowledgement with you. Always enjoyed your videos. Love the advice you're imparting. Followed you on Twitch. Okay, who's Minifigure? Which one of you is Minifigure? Because they just started following an hour ago. I just saw the comment here. I catch all my comments. Now I'm trying to reply to all of them, too. That's where the fun begins, when all the comments start coming in. Let's just like... furiously typing, like Jim Carrey as God, right? All right, we got 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Which is 2 minutes. Sorry, 2-minute warning. 2 minutes, and then I'll get you the link. I will paste the link. The link will go up there. And thank you, Drew. Is watching Drew, aka Drew Cam, on Twitter, is just tweeted that he's watching me live, which is awesome. Thank you very much. Hey, RC Maniac, good to see ya. And then what? RC Maniac, in 2 minutes, the new YouTube video drops. We'll all pop over there, like, comment, watch it in full, even if it's 2-speed. Got to do that. So we're all going to do it at the same time. So get ready. Get ready to head over to, because it's the new 8 p.m. or 8 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. tradition. 6 p.m. I go live. 7 p.m. hour I do the advice. 8 p.m. that a video goes live on YouTube. It's a thing. I'm trying to look. I'm creating it's a predictable series of events within an otherwise unpredictable broadcast, right? So yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. 7:59. Not live yet. Not 8 o'clock yet. Almost. Get ready. Get your fingers ready. You may have to pull up a second screen. You may need to pull up a different browser tab. Get ready. Here we go. Countdown's on. I don't have a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I just pretend, like there's a countdown timer. It's 7:59 is what it says on my clock. You already have different videos playing. Open up another tab. This is the time. It really helps me when a new video goes up on YouTube. If people go, like, comment, watch it, even at 2-speed, especially the moment it gets published or the first hour, it's critical for the engagement of a video. And it's officially 8 o'clock, but it's now public. It is officially public. There you go. YouTube video's up. YouTube video's live. It is up on an inline, online, happening right now. Take a look if you can right now. Go over there, like, comment, watch, subscribe, all that fun stuff. This is why ignoring task management skills, it destroys trust. It's happening. Head over there right now. Get your booty over there. It's YouTube time. There's the link once again. Go ahead, pop over, give it a like, comment, and then make sure you watch it in totality. It's key. It's key that you do. Even if you watch it at 2-speed, it's very important that you watch it. I mean, it's good. It should be good advice anyway. So give that a go. Thank you very much. I'm gonna be all right. We're gonna see who are y'all who's listening right now. Let's find out who's listening, shall we? Who's actually paying attention and who's sleeping? We're about to find out. There we go. Let's do this. And which one of you are awake? Which one of you is asleep? I'm gonna pull that up in a second. Boop. Here we go. Close that. Discard. All right. Gonna open up the comments. Hey, looks like Crow's Treasure's paying attention. So is Jesse Moreno. Thank you very much. Gonna go ahead and give that a heart and a thumbs up. Crow's Treasure always appreciates the videos. Thank you very much. Gonna give you a heart as well. Who else has gone over to watch? Head over right now, Joe. It's live. It's up. It's ready for your like, your comment, and to watch it in totality. Really appreciate y'all doing that right now for me. Really appreciate it. Very much so. Although I'm not sure how many other people are paying attention. Is this thing... Hello? Is this thing on? Are you saying you see us when we're sleeping? Yes, I'm like Santa Claus. Fix him, dude. I only see 2 comments coming in, which makes me a little curious. Thanks for following John the Baptist Moore and Ryan56K.
Ryan56K rated my stream with 24 viewers.
Thank you so much for the raid, Ryan56K. We raided Ryan just a week or 2 ago, and we'll do it again. We will. Everybody, welcome to the Play Shop. I just one of my new YouTube videos just got posted at 8 p.m. They go public. So thank you for the people who've just rated me. My name's Chris Perillo. I'm a geek. Every night I'm geeking out. 6 p.m. I go live. I'm usually 3D printing something, sometimes showcasing things that I've just picked up, like a Purge Trooper figure or a Cobra Commander figure, or 3D printing, because I'm 3D printing something every day, an Imperial stand, which is a lot of fun. I'm all about the Star Wars stuff, but yeah, even beyond that. And then right around 7 p.m., in that hour, I give advice, life advice. I like sharing advice and opinions and perspectives. And then at 8 o'clock, that just passed, a new YouTube video basically goes public in my channel. So people who are watching the stream, go over there, like the video, comment on it. If you're so inclined, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And then, of course, watch that video in totality, even if you're watching in the background or at 2 speed. It'd be very helpful for me in the 8 o'clock hour, like immensely helpful. You have no idea what that means to me. It means an awful lot, more than you could ever know. So I pack every one of my broadcasts with all sorts of fun. So I'm very glad that Ryan56K rated it. So cool. Ryan, did you have a good stream? Was it good? Was it solid? Was it problem-free? Or did you run into snags? Or snaggletooths? Oh, there we go. Now the comments are coming in. Pez Liz, just commenting on the video, never liked group work in school, but learned the value working on various endeavors. Task management has helped me work best with others. Thanks for sharing, Liz. Gave you a heart and a thumbs up. Always good videos. That's according to Luke Morfitt. Thank you for that. You get a thumbs up and a comment for the positivity. Love your video, says Digital Dark Knight. Love your comment. There we go. Thank you so much for that, for the comment, the like, and watching all the way, even if it's 2-speed. Great advice from the Tech Buzz. I think I'm talking to the Tech Buzz possibly about being on their show. They do like game and retro and that kind of stuff. I'm into the retro, obviously, and the geeking out, so I stay tuned for more information on that. Thank you for watching. Gregory Taylor, aka Eclipse Empire. Hey Chris, just wanted to let you know you're doing a great job on these videos. Thank you so much. I appreciate that support more than you could ever know. And Sesam coming in. Thanks, good video. Finally. Finally, no Chanix Bro or The Expanse. That's about time. Dark Toy Lord comes in. Never knew that I needed advice, but honestly, every video I see, I sit through and always find something there that I can benefit from, something I never knew I needed to hear. Thank you. That is awesome. You are so welcome. Very appreciated. Between the keys coming in and saying valid and valuable advice. on this video. Appreciated. Very, very much. Very, very much. Not everybody gets a response when their creators post content on YouTube, but I'm doing my best. Well, I mean, certainly at this time, you know, when the comments are coming in brand new. Task management, very important. Tonight's topic is spot on. I hope that people listen and understand. I really do. Seriously, task management is like one of my things. Keep up the good work and bring back the 24-hour stream. 2-hour stream every night is long enough. Ah! My reply got deleted. No promises. There we go. The thing got deleted. The Expanse rules. No, Jesse. No. No. Now he's trolling me. That's funny. Luke Morfitt, you remember the 24-hour stream? Yeah, it was way back in the day. You finished cutting an amethyst in the shape of a RuneScape gemstone. Ryan 56K, and again, if everybody here has not followed Ryan 56K, there's a shout out for Ryan 56K. Like, he does amazing work. Like, I mean, gems are awesome, right? I can only buy them. I can't craft them. But if you want to see someone who can craft gems, check out Ryan 56K. There's this shout out, and I will continue to shout out Ryan 56K. He's doing amazing work. I mean, seriously, it's breathtaking work. At one point, I may have to commission him for a Star Wars thing. This is the closest I can get to gemstones, a 3D printed Kyber crystal, right? look at look! I made a gem. It sucks by comparison. Ryan 56K. As soon as my wife finds your stream, she's gonna be enamored. She's like, "Ooh!" I guarantee it. So again, thank you everybody for heading over to the YouTube channel right now to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't, naturally, and then watch the video in totality. Now is the time. The first hour is critical for YouTube. There's another great creator, Amish Ace. Glad Amish Ace is going to be following Ryan 56K. I love 56K because, you know, I remember the 56K modems. That's where the 56K pops into my head, the modems. You basically made a purple Kyber crystal? Oh, nice. See, I think I would want... We've got a couple of Swarovski crystal. We've got a BB-8, and I swear we got another one. What's the other one we got? Not the Grogu. That's the one I want. Stormtrooper would be awesome. The Stormtrooper looks better than the Vader. The Vader Swarovski, it just doesn't. There's not much luster to it. You know, there's not much sparkle. But I'm a Vader collector, and that's the one I probably want out of all of them. The Vader. Thank you, Joe, for commenting. Really appreciate it. Joe commented on the video, which is up and now. Oh, that's what it stands for? That's awesome, Ryan. We're going to get along swimmingly, Ryan and I. The fact that I said that's what I'm reminded of and that's what it was, that's awesome. Glad it was helpful. Thank you, Joe, once again. Appreciate that. See if any are held for review here. Sometimes they get caught in a filter. And then when I go back to the content, I can see different comments that show up. Sometimes, not all the time. It's YouTube is really weird. There's Glendon's Hollywood N3D doing great tweets. He just 3D printed a He-Man a bust. I'm the only one who's not into busts. As someone in a management position who delegates on a daily basis, it's good to hear this. That was my hope. Seriously, like, I hope that people who don't understand this can better understand it. Looks like the Discord announcement has gone out and up, as did a tweet. Thank you very, very much. It's fairly symmetrical, so it shouldn't be as hard as the dog head we did. Oh, nice. Do a Vader's face. Why not? I'm just saying. You may have a buyer on your hands. I'm just saying. No promises. But I'm just saying. I tend to collect the Vader stuff. Tend to. It's a thing I do. It's I don't know. We geeks, you know, we do weird things. Some of us, you know, shape or craft or cut gemstones, and others, you know, have to rely on filament and 3D printing. It's not always easy. Snap Soon says, been a fan for many years. Awesome videos. Much love, bro. God bless. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. I appreciate that big time. Thank you very, very much. Especially if you're watching live on Twitch. If you're not watching live on Twitch, it's even more amazing because you're seeing the video and you're responding, which is awesome. Especially like right at the beginning when the video first goes out. That was you, MagTech. Thank you, MagTech. Thank you. I may forget your real name, but I apologize for that. No worries, Ryan. Thank you for hanging briefly. I know what it's like right after a stream. Totally get it. Chill. Enjoy. Thank you for the raid. I absolutely will return the favor when I see that you're streaming again after I have the chance. Like, I watch. I'm like, oh, hey, you got to raid this guy. Yeah, you got to. Because I love raiding crafter streams. Love raiding those kinds of streams. Dark Toy Lord. It's never really off topic to talk Star Wars here. Do I need a Black Series Wrecker? I do, but I don't know if I have one on pre-order. Do I have one on pre-order? Yeah, Krusty's busy eating tacos. Let me see if I have one on pre-order. I can't remember. I think I do. Yeah, I have. No, I don't. Hang on. Did I do a BBTS? No. Entertainment Earth. No. I don't know if I have a... I do. I have a Black Series Deluxe Wrecker coming in. That's, I probably need two, though. I probably need to pick up an extra one. Why? Do you know one? Your Walmart has two in stock. If you need one, you can go out tomorrow morning. Grab one. Yeah, I'll take one. I'll take one sooner rather than later. It's always good to have... I prefer to get two. I know I'm crazy like that. One in a good box and one to open. Because then it's like that. Totally understand. Yeah, let me know, Dark Toy Lord. Because here's the thing. Dark Toy Lord, my Walmart sucks. I cannot count on Walmart at all. I can only count on the internet. And with Walmart, they also have Star Wars stuff all around the store. Like home goods and sporting goods and all sorts of that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Like, any Star Wars stuff that you see that's not just the toy stuff, keep an eye out for me because I pay shipping, you know, all that stuff. I'm a big believer in that, absolutely. You remember watching? Oh, yeah, I'm still here. In fact, a new YouTube video just went up, Bobby Flo. Thank you for following. I stream live every night on Twitch at 6 p.m. Geek out, 3D print something, showcase the stuff I got, you know, talk. At 7 p.m. then I give some live advice, some life advice in general. And then at 8 p.m., a new YouTube video, that advice video that I record live to tape, it gets scheduled out days in advance. One of them goes public. So 6, 7, and 8 every night. You know you've got something going on here. Head over there. Head over there right now. Give the video a like. Give it a comment. And then certainly watch it, right? Watch it all the way through, even at 2 speed. That would be very helpful for me. Immensely helpful for me. Like, big time. Definitely a compliment. No worries. I'm just letting you know, Bobby. I'm still alive. I'm a different person. Because, you know, that was, you know, when you were 10 years old. And I was older then. I'm older now as well. So it's totally a compliment. I totally saw it as a compliment. People who expect me to be the person that I was 20 years ago, I get a little... I'm a little iffy. I'm like, yeah, it's not how it works. But, you know, as long as you know, then we're good. As long as you know, then we're in the flow. Amishace, thank you. Thank you for the comment, the like, the subscription, and because I see that you are publicly subscribed, you're a 1-day subscriber, Amishace. Yes, the youngest subscriber in the channel at this point. And then, of course, for watching that video in totality in the background, even. Thank you very much. Glad you enjoyed it. My pleasure. I love that YouTube makes it easy to comment. Oh, there's Fix'em Dude with his comment. Great perspective on being responsible and asking for help when necessary. Always. Thank you very much. Baron Von Bunyip, great advice on the money as usual. Late seeing the video as I was watching The Expanse. Oh, you know what? I was, I'm going to give that a heart, even though you used the word expanse, which is not quite a ban word yet. Oops, I accidentally hearted my own comment. That's lame when you do that. Better said. Great advice, good communication, and visibility are signs of success. It's all about success. We agree. We totally agree. Thank you very, very much. Good views, good views. I feel we're doing well. We're on good trajectory here. And it could be because of everything else that I planned out and staggered. We'll see. You definitely wouldn't expect me to be the same I was back then. Glad to see you're still streaming. I am. Although it hasn't been prolific. Bobby, we'll have to catch up. A lot of things have changed. I'm just saying. Not bad. Good, I'm just saying. I don't stream 24/7 anymore. I really only started to re-get into streaming. Get into streaming again earlier this year. When just chatting kind of took off. I kind of had a motivation, and it's been great. It's been wonderful. I've then, proceeded to have motivation to do build up YouTube again and like the advice series of videos. So it's advice, it's life advice, which I've given advice my entire life. It's just trying to encapsulate it into life in general, like job, career, relationship, etc. That advice videos. So I'm hoping when Diana gets back, we'll be able to open the field. Oh, thank you, Liz. Thank you for commenting on comments. Thank you. That's very helpful. Because again, the more comments that come in during the first hour, the faster and the more YouTube sees it as something that's good and important. You were searching something on YouTube, something came up. I was on a news channel and couldn't stop laughing. Yeah, that was when I hosted a TV show way back in the day. See, it's funny. I'm so glad you say that, Amish. See, I'm glad you don't know everything that I've done, because it's fresh to you. Versus people who have tethered me to their past. I'm like, but I'm a person. I had my own umbilical cord. MagTech notes, I'm the oldest streamer. It's true. Remember the time I did a tech call and mentioned eating nuts and couldn't stop laughing? Yes, pretty much the same. You're talking about the same incidents. The almonds folks incidents. The infamous almond folks, as it were. I'm watching my analytics. I'm happy to see that things are tracking. I'll know after the first hour how it's doing. But I feel that we're off to a good start. I love that this is a part of the nightly Twitch stream. I love it. RC Maniac, yes. Thank you. I'm not sure if you're sub, but thank you so much for the comment. You learn this one at some companies quite quickly. Oh, I bet. So thank you for that, RC Maniac. Always good to see you here. Glad you joined. See, now you're a part of it. You are a part of it. It's amazing. Beats said, by the way, Chris, since you started the advice series, you're popping on my YouTube recommended videos almost daily. See, that's the thing. That's how YouTube works. And I'm trying to cycle out the old crap. Like, I don't care. No one cares about a video I did a decade ago. Nobody cares, YouTube. And they surface, like, these old tech videos that are pointless, like deleting temp files. I'm like, that's advice that you can't give today. Like, why is that still... I'm trying to shove all that old crap out. Any advice I give now is meant to be evergreen. It's meant to translate past today. It's meant to be relevant 10 years from now. Evergreen advice. So, hey, Nerdy Curious, my new YouTube video has gone up, if you are so inclined. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that, Liz. Interesting. So, head over to the YouTube video, give it a like, give it a comment, watch it all the way through, because that's important with YouTube metrics. Even if you watch it at double speed, it's the advice that I give on the YouTube or on the live on Twitch. Not everybody catches it when it happens, so it's saved for posterity. And if you are so inclined, share a video or two. I mean, I can't ask for that, but like, I mean, I did. I'm just saying, like, when it happens, I feel really good. I feel validated that people enjoy and appreciate the insight enough to share it forward, because I'm trying to find not just the people who know me, I'm trying to get to the people who don't know me. That to me is the leap. That to me is that's the next step, is to find people who had no idea who I was. So that's why I like doing stuff on Twitch. Some people know me and they pop on Twitch, and some people don't know me and they discover me, and then like they learn all these things. I love meeting people, or re-meeting people in some cases, from both sides. 98 was a vintage year, but man, I'm telling you, I one of the reasons I love doing the vlogs is they were timeless. They were a moment in time. But the tech stuff does not age well. Really does not. And so the advice videos, that's the direction of the YouTube channel now. And I honestly have not had a direction for the YouTube channel since the vlogs ended. That was it. The vlogs ended, and I haven't had a direction. So now I've got a direction. Now I got to figure out how to make YouTube work. Because let me tell you, it is not going to be easy. Okay, Chris, shut up. We are now over 100 views. Wait, hang on. No, that's a previous video. Awesome, over 100 views. No new comments that I can see, which is good. That means everyone here has watched, liked, commented, subscribed potentially, and then certainly watched the video all the way through. Oh, wait, no. Oh, hang on. Published. Why are those showing up? Oh, because Liz is coming in. Liz is commenting on a few of them. That's great. I appreciate that, Liz. It's all good stuff. Held for review, nothing here. Although someone was saying, the funny thing is, I gotta go back and look. But someone was saying, back in Perillo Vlog 706, Camper Fanatic says, it's funny hearing you say you would never give up meat in this vlog knowing you're vegan. Which is hilarious. Perillo Vlog 70... Oops, not 705, 706. 2014. So, hang on. Sort by newest. That's awesome. So, April 2nd was when that was. And at some point during this, I said... So Dinah would have been pregnant at the time, but at some man, I was. Oh, Slavin, Jazz and Adele. Oh my God. I think you sprung a leak. Oh, nice. There's Wicket. Oh my God, life was so different. Man, life was so different. Popcorn, that didn't change. But apparently I said I wasn't ever going to stop eating meat, and then I did. Invader Z, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Amish. Just watched the same video about Chris and his nuts. There you go. Everyone gets to learn. Your YouTube channel is so effed up. My most popular video is about my truck. I had to create a second channel for my toys. Well, see, I tried to do that, and I've got the Star Wars Radar YouTube channel, but there's not much going on apart from when I have a really good Star Wars haul. I might clip it out and upload it. I probably need to figure out a different strategy for the Star Wars Radar YouTube channel. It's there, but like it's not. It's like if I feel like I've got a really good Star Wars haul, like today, I may end up clipping out because I had a fair amount of Star Wars stuff, clipping it out and then posting it to the Star Wars Radar channel. Because I put so much. I put so much in, so much different types of videos in that one YouTube, because I'm a variety streamer. That's my problem, and YouTube doesn't like that. So I'll never be a good YouTuber. So advice is the best thing that I think I could do for it. Nerdy Curious Notes, making YouTube work. Yep, it's a challenge. Thank you. You subscribed on all the accounts you've got. No worries. Thank you very much. Appreciate that immensely. Immensely. Wow. Did I like The Bad Batch? I did. I enjoyed The Bad Batch. I enjoyed it immensely. I keep saying immensely for some reason. Yeah, I liked it. I'm very much looking forward to season 2. I appreciate getting any kind of story. I'm very much looking forward to Visions as well. Star Wars dropped the trailer to that, or not trailer really, teaser, another teaser. I'm excited. I'm like, give me all the Star Wars. I don't care. All the Star Wars, absolutely. Camino Lost broke your heart. You know, I don't know if I connected emotionally. I mean, I was kind of like, whoa, you know, taken aback, but I don't connect emotionally with animation the same way as I do live action. And even with live action, I don't always connect emotionally. I feel that The Mandalorian Season 2 missed a lot of opportunities with the story that they told. Not saying, oh, it sucked. I'm just saying they could have done it differently. And it would have been, the emotional moments would have had a deeper impact with me. But yeah, I mean, sign me up. Like, give me a new Star Wars every week. Every month. I love what they're doing with it. I love what Disney's doing. I would have killed. I know nothing about the Vision stuff, apart from I've never really watched anime. And I can already tell you, I want every one of the animations to be a series. And I know nothing about it. I'm like, yes! Abso-friggin-lutely! Yes! Give me all the Star Wars. All of it. That's to me, it's all Star Wars to me. You're never going to hear me, you know, disparage a part of Star Wars in such a way that it eliminates it from my not my scope, but not my fandom, but not my enjoyment of it. But like, there's no part of Star Wars that I've effectively turned off in my head. Like some people have. They're like, oh, forget the sequels. Oh, forget the prequels. You know, maybe at one point I was not as much of a fan of certain films, but I learned over time, you know, there are redeeming moments. And so instead of being turned off by things that I'm turned off by, or maybe don't enjoy as much as others, I see them differently. And that doesn't excuse what they are to other people. Some people get really pissed off, and I'm like, I take a step back. And this is where mentally I changed. This probably happened before the Disney acquisition. I took a step back and realized that to better enjoy Star Wars, I had to see it through not necessarily a kid's eye, or you know, but I had to see it through childhood eyes. And not to say, oh, everything for Star Wars is made for kids. It's enjoying it and just enjoying the moment. Not getting so caught up in, you know, is this canon? Is it Legends? Is it, you know, is it this? Or that doesn't make any sense. Or this is a plot hole and that's a this. And they didn't. Just enjoy it. Just take it in. Just soak it up, right? Enjoy it like a kid would. Because so much of Star Wars, for me, was being a kid, right? And most of Star Wars wasn't necessarily the movies, it was the toys, which is why I'm like totally into the Star Wars toys now. And still have been. I always have. That's the funny thing. People are like, why do you like the Star Wars toys now? You don't understand. They've always been in my life as far back as I can remember. I still have my first freaking Star Wars figure. So I think I did that video on YouTube eons ago too, to talk about my first Star Wars figure. I did that live as well. Much like I'm doing this live on Twitch right now. So I see Star Wars for what it is and just immerse myself in it and lose myself in it. And don't get so caught up in the moment in time where I am in life. Because that's where I feel people get tripped up. Because so much when you watch a piece of entertainment, it's as much about that entertainment and what happens and how it happens as it is that moment in your life. Like, things may be going on. You may be going through a really rough patch, and it's the thing you needed. Or you may be going through a really rough patch, and it's the thing you didn't need. That's Star Wars, right? That's any kind of fandom. So that's why I try not to set expectations for myself. So when people ask, what do you expect in the next season of Mandalorian? What do you expect in the next Star Wars movie? I'm like, I expect it to be Star Wars. That's it. I'm not interested in theories and debunking and all. It's too much. I just want to enjoy it. I want to revel in it. I want to be a kid again. And to do that, I've got to set aside my adulthood, which I'm happy to do, right? And who wouldn't want to do that as an adult? You can't adult all the time. I got my responsibilities, absolutely, and I see them through. But I feel that it's something that it means something to me, and I want to hold on to that forever. And to do that, I recognize that I have to just immerse myself. I have to allow myself that freedom to lose myself in it. So anything that they do, anything that they put out, I'm like, I'm in. Yep, sign me up. Go for it. Star Wars Visions? Great. Sounds great. Sounds awesome. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Lego Star Wars? Okay, absolutely. I love Lego. Adult fan of Lego here. A-full. Absolutely. Love the minifigures. Absolutely. I'm in. You know, they announce, something else that some people rebel against. Nope, I'm in. That's fine. Great. Go for it. That's totally fine with that. It's great. The Last Jedi, a very controversial movie. I was taken aback, but not in a bad way. I was like, okay, that happened. I'm like, what does this mean? And I will tell you this. This is going to upset a lot of people. Luke, as a character, I never identified with until The Last Jedi. That's the closest I ever came to identifying with Luke. To feeling a connection with Luke. Because of everything I've been through as an adult. So even though I had to put my adultness aside to enjoy it, to take in what it was and say, that's Star Wars. It is Star Wars no matter what. It's Star Wars. To accept it as entertainment and Star Wars, I felt a connection to Luke in The Last Jedi. And I grew up with this stuff. I saw Star Wars before it was known as A New Hope. Right? When it was
Sid
Star
Heresy
Wars.
is now hosting my stream with 26 viewers.
So thank you, Sid Heresy, for rating right in the middle of me discussing why, when people ask me what my favorite Star Wars movie is, I say all of them, which I can find something that I like in all of them. I can find things I don't like in all of them, too. I'm not a critic. I've never billed myself as a critic. I'm just a fan. I will never stray from that. I will never have a favorite Star Wars movie. I will never be able to rank Star Wars films. I'll have favorites. I have my favorite type of toy, right? Just opened the 3.75-inch Black Series Purge Trooper, part of the Gaming Greats series. And I love the fact that the purple bolts don't fall off. This is the stuff that I love doing on the Twitch stream every day, showcasing new Star Wars stuff. But I'm also, if you hadn't noticed, 3D printing something. I also 3D print something every day. So I'm not as much of maybe as a skilled artisan as, let's say, our fine friend Sid Heresy, who everyone should be following on Twitch. He's awesome. I love that he's like soldering and then makes his own instruments like electronic music, and I'm probably saying that all wrong, but man, you want to talk about a nerd? Man, it's awesome to watch him do his stuff because I can't. This is something I can do. I can take someone's file and 3D print it. So I'm 3D printing stands right now for my Black Series figures. Like the one I just unboxed today that I got on sale for $10 on the Hasbro Toy Shop on Etsy. The Admiral Ackbar, $10. Save money on that. So, this is Star Wars to me. 3D printing Star Wars figures, Star Wars toys. Another Star Wars figure. I'm telling you, I'm all about the Star Wars figures. All the way to merchandise, right? Backpacks. Absolutely. I'm in. It's Star Wars. It's awesome. I need to take a drink of water here. Hang on just a second. I apologize. I'm parched. And don't worry. I'm also into cars. Star Wars cars, like Cara Dune. Finally found her. Yeah. You know why? Because I was brought luck by my dice here, hanging off the camera tripod. I'm surrounded by Star Wars. Star Wars is what I do. Star Wars is what I love. I love other things too. Don't get me wrong. But it's all Star Wars to me. It's not one thing or another. It's not a favorite or another. I don't understand the reactions of why people would reject a part of Star Wars. I'm like, but man, like I don't think there's one wrong way to fan. I mean, there's probably the only wrong way to fan is to be a gatekeeper. That's the wrong way. The right way to be a fan is to follow your interests in the fandom. And yours may be different from mine. It doesn't make me fannier than thou or you fannier than thou. But the way I look at it is, it may not be for me. A book may not be for me, but hey, it's Star Wars. It's cool to have more Star Wars in the world. Because I remember a time where we didn't have Star Wars. And that was a very, very, very sad time for me. Very sad time. And so when it came back, and it started coming back, as much as I didn't think that the Power of the Force figures were the best ever, because they're not, and they're still not. They're, in my humble opinion, the absolute worst Star Wars figures ever produced. The He-Man Star Wars figure, I was just not into it. I still got them. Because of the joy of getting a Star Wars figure. It's never going to get old. Ever. It's never going to get old. So, thank you, everybody, for talking. Thank you for bringing up that passion here. I will upload this video to the Star Wars Radar YouTube channel. I'll tweet it out from the Star Wars Radar Twitter account, too. I think there are like 40,000 followers. Coffee Table Lee says, yo, that black figure is boss AF. What episode? This is an Ackbar from Jedi. Return to the Jedi. And by the way, thank you, Mr. Tortilla, for following. And Sid Heresy. Love those emotes, too. So that's this one. You can get them, I think, still on sale. $10. I believe still on sale. On eBay. But yeah. They are the worst. Who's the worst? Put Star Wars name on something and I'll buy it, that's for sure. Did I see your comment? Change your YouTube handle to match this one. Mark, I haven't yet. Thank you, Mr. Lanky, for following. And by the way, Sid Heresy, if you're still here, because I know what it's like after a raid. If you're still here, Sid, I hope you had a good show. And again, a shout out to Sid Heresy. If you're not following Sid, you absolutely need to. He's an amazing... He's the type of streamer I love watching. He's the type of streamer I love supporting. And I'm not just saying that. He's a really cool guy. I don't know if he's on it. Maybe I should invite Sid to the Locker Gnome team. Have I done that? I didn't not mean to. Mr. Lanky, love what you're doing. Keep doing. Thank you so much. Mr. Lanky, I just uploaded the new YouTube video onto Twitch. It's there. I'm not on Twitch. On YouTube, there's the link to the YouTube video. I basically every night I'm streaming here on Twitch at 6 p.m. Pacific, and then so I'm geeking out. Obviously, I go off on rants every so often. Like Star Wars, talking about that, 3D printing something different, or something that I need, that I'm looking for. And then at 7 p.m., in that 7 p.m. hour, I give life advice. I just enjoy giving advice and sharing opinions. And then at 8 p.m., a new video goes public in my YouTube channel. So if you're just watching now, pop over to that link, give the YouTube video a like, a comment, watch it in total, like just you can run it in the background if you are so inclined. And make sure you watch it though, even at 2 speed. It's very, very supportive. Amish Ace, I may have missed your question though. You hate Rainn Wilson, he killed Ackbar, just saying. Oh, yeah, what are you gonna do about that? Not much. What's printing in the top left? This is printing right now, and it is a stand, a Black Series stand with the Imperial insignia on top. I'm going to do some Rebel and Resistance stands with some filaments from Printed Solid. Thank you, Mr. Lanky, for the 28 bits, by the way. Very appreciated. Thank you for following Agent Panda 20. You were asking... Oh, yes, I was just talking about the Vision trailer. It looks awesome. I already want every one of those Visions segments to be shows, like full-on shows. I don't know anything about anime. I'm not an anime watcher, but I'm saying, give me all the anime Star Wars that you can. Absolutely. I'm so jazzed for it. So jazzed. Agent Panda, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for saying that you love my stuff. I'm live here every night at 6 p.m., so don't be a stranger, everyone, all you new followers. There's the link to my new YouTube video. A new YouTube video goes live every night at 8 p.m. I'm going to go over there, see if we got any new comments. Oh, yeah, we did. Thank you. It looks like Harrison Dupree. Another great video. Keep up the great content. Thank you. Always. Going to go ahead and give you a heart. Appreciate the new comments and the likes and, of course, the subscriptions over there on YouTube. The link is right there. Thank you for clicking. Thank you for looking. Very appreciated. That's right. 8 p.m. Pacific is when the new YouTube video goes live. You don't see my... No, Mark, I didn't. Let me go look again. Mr. Lanky asked, did I watch the Clone Wars series on Disney+. I actually binged Clone Wars apart from the Disney Plus series. I binged Clone Wars on Netflix. I didn't have a chance to watch it contemporaneously when it was first being published. But I binged. I enjoyed it. I like the Clone Wars. I feel the animation still stands the test of time. I don't mind it. Of course, the new season was fine. I didn't get into the Clone Wars, though, like I said, when it was being published, so I didn't get into the whole fandom, but I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed it immensely. I understand how it means a lot to a lot of people. I can see it. I can easily see why it means a lot to a lot of people. Let me check to see if I can find it, Mark. I'm not... Sometimes YouTube does some weird stuff with comments. I don't see anything held for review or anything I haven't responded to yet. Weird. Oh, posture check. I'm going to sit up straight. If I stand up, then you're going to see my Star Wars... Okay, fine. You're going to see my Star Wars PJs. Because, you know, I'm on brand. All Star Wars all the time. Dude, this is going to be big in your house. I hope they keep it in Japanese. They do. They will have both. They'll have it Japanese and English subtitles and English. Both, Krusty. Yes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to watch it in English, you know, without subtitles. And then I'm going to rewatch it in Japanese with subtitles. I'm kind of excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited. Absolute Chad mate. Awesome. He's on another... Me? I'm on another level? Or who? Or my PJs? Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not even wearing my Star Wars underwear. I have, like, one pair. I save it for special occasions. You deleted and reposted YouTube's being funky? Oh, me? Epic? No worries, Agent Panda. I do this every day. I don't see it yet. Why am I not seeing it? Nothing held for review. Weird. On the new video? Let me see. Let me go back to the regular comments here. Published. No, I don't see any new comments on the new YouTube video. Nothing yet. Yeah, you were saying you love the crossover stuff? I mean, I've been loving crossovers ever since the 80s. Every series, every show had a Star Wars crossover. Every one. Down to the Muppet Babies. I love the Muppet Babies, of course, growing up in the 80s. Because they had Indiana Jones, and they had the TIE Fighter, and I just... love... Rick and Morty have a couple of anime episodes that are nothing like the show. Very cool. I haven't watched those. Where are those available? Because I watch Rick and Morty, but where are those, where's the anime Rick and Morty's? You wish they'd remake them up. They do! There's a new Muppet Baby. Dude, it's been out for like 2 or 3 years. There is Muppet Babies. It's completely new. There's a young nanny. There's a different character. She's a penguin. Skeeter and Scooter aren't there all the time. But they are there, so they're not regular characters. Summer? Is it Summer the penguin? I think it's called... Her name is Summer. But yeah, Muppet Babies is... I got my daughter into Muppet Babies. I'm like, dude. I tried to get her to watch the old episodes, but getting her to watch old 2D animation is crazy. How do you all not know? How do you not know that Muppet Babies are a thing? Yes, new, brand... Like, yes. They're different. It's different. It's good. I feel in many ways it is a continuation of the original series that pays respect, and they've done it the right way. They've done a very, very, very good job with it, like perfect. The first time I knew of Daniel Tiger, I didn't want to like it because I grew up with Mr. Rogers, right? But I started watching it. I'm like, this is really good. Daniel Tiger's a really good series. I'm not gonna say it's a better series than Mr. Rogers was. It was a different kind of series, but definitely paying respect to where it came from. Absolutely. Just so you know, you watch the stream with a Joker-sized smile on my face. Your excitement refreshes my soul. Dark Toy Lord, I eat this stuff up. You get me going on one topic or another. Like, there's some nights I'm like, okay, just kind of go, what's going on? All right, well, but then when someone throws something in, I'm just like, let's go. Let's go. Fraggle Rock also needs to come back. I totally agree. They released some like musical episodes, I think, on HBO, but I've been trying to get my daughter. She never really got into Sesame Street, and I've been trying, and she's not into it. Like, she's got so many other options out there, and so many things to watch and get into. So, you know, a lot of the classics kind of get sidelined. So I'm lucky when she gets something that she likes, and then it kind of latches onto. Just even if it's ever so briefly. You know, just to give her another option. Like, hey, there's a new Sesame Street episode. You want to watch it? You know, like, hey, do you want to watch the new Sesame Street episode with me? Or I try to pull her into a lot of that stuff. I try my hardest. But it's impossible to bring it back. It's impossible. So it means something to me, and I'm hoping it could mean something to her, but she's going to have different fandoms, and I recognize that. Even with toys, you know, when she gets back, she's going to notice the surprise of the Disney Tsum Tsums. I thrifted them. I didn't buy them brand new. But like I found a really good deal at value because I thrift all the time, every day. And I found like a bag of them for like just a couple of bucks. I'm like, okay, this is a good time to start it. And then I knew there were some others available at another thrift store, so I picked those up. And then I went online, got a few more. So she's gonna have a big bag of Disney characters, Tsum Tsums, and Marvel characters, because I found someone who was selling a whole bunch of the Marvel characters for like $10. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna throw those in there too, because that way she gets to interact with like superheroes from Marvel, right? So Spider-Man or Captain America, you know, or Thanos, you know, so all that stuff. So I'm hoping, like with the toys, like giving her an array of options. Yeah, she loves Lego, so I know that's not going to be a problem. Star Wars, she's obviously been exposed to. Her name is Jedi, right? She knows what that means. You know, being a protector, a defender, you know, fighting for others and you know, bringing peace. So she knows her name has meaning beyond being named after Judy, Elia, and Diana. My mom, mother-in-law, and my wife. That's J-E-D-I, Jedi. It works. You Googled Rick and Morty anime. There's 3 of them. Oh, I guess I'll have to go. Is it on a service? Rick and Morty anime. Oh, okay. So Adult Swim ran the special? Okay, so I guess I'll... Oh, because they're brief clips. Okay. Yeah, I gotta watch these. If these are the... It's a preview, or unless that's... New... Okay, so they're shorts. They're shorts. Okay. Yeah, I gotta watch those. 3 YouTube videos, yeah. R&M versus Genocider, Summer Meets God, and Samurai and Shogun. That's what I was getting on my results, too, so... Pretty quick. Sid Heresy was saying there are 3 anime episodes of Rick and Morty on YouTube, which is great. I didn't know those existed, so it's giving me some popcorn time, which is awesome. Oh, there we go, Mark. Now I see your comment. Now your comment came in. Weird. Or at least I see it on my mobile phone. Hang on, I see it on my mobile phone. Why is it not... Where is it? Mark, where did it go? Dude, it was right frickin' there. Okay, now I'm getting angry. Ugh. Because it came in... did I... Yep, I just did, Zach. I just did. And another YouTube video just dropped at 8 p.m. If you give it a like, a comment, watch it in totality, even in the background at 2x, it'd be great. It's my life advice video series on YouTube. It's pretty much a focus. Yeah, I've eaten honeycomb before. Yeah, I don't think I've done big bites. But yeah, if you could give a like, a comment, and then watch it in totality, even at 2x in the background, it'd be awesome. It would be really helpful for me on YouTube. Eclipse Empire, thank you so much. Thank you for commenting and liking and watching the YouTube video tonight. I appreciate that immensely. If the anime shorts are canon, the implications are huge. Well, they've kind of set the stage for that with the multiverse, right? Interdimensional cable. I mean, it's an option. It is an option. Zach, I'll give you a synopsis of my perspective on Visions. I haven't seen it yet, obviously. I already want every one of the Visions animations to be full shows themselves already. And I know nothing. I don't watch anime. It's not a thing for me. But I'll watch the hell out of that series, both in Japanese and in English. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Very, very, very much looking forward to that. We've got a lively chat tonight. Hope y'all are able to join on a regular basis. I know everyone gets busy with their own stuff, especially if you are streaming. It happens. But just so you know, again, every night, 6 p.m. Pacific. Well, that's the thing. When you're doing live streams, you kind of have to repeat yourself, because not everybody is always there, not always watching, and that you can't count on people to be there for, as long as you're there. I totally understand that. Totally understand that. It doesn't even come close to upsetting me. Jam, what's this? Jam just mentions me. I don't know. Ooh, wait, hang on. What was that? Plus, you want Vision action figure. Oh, yeah, I want all the toys. You've been locked in editing, so lurking all over the place. Oh, man. More power to you. I don't edit. That's my job. I will clip out I'll take the advice, clip that out. I'll also clip out the Star Wars rant thing that I did. That will go into... I was thinking, as I was saying, I'm like, I can clip this and put it there. And then Dark Toy Lord said, you're doing another life advice now, so it's a bonus. Oh, snap. Yeah, wait until those come out. I know, dude. Like, oh, my God. I'm not into any of that either. Like, the Tamayashi Nations or anything like that. So I don't know how that's going to go. I've only got, like, one of the Samurai figures. I want more. I haven't picked up more. Because they're a little on the pricier end. And I know. I'm like, but, you know, they're good. They're really high-quality stuff. I know. Disney doesn't make merch for every single show. No, they don't. But I'd be shocked if there wasn't merch coming for this. I mean, you may not see it as prevalent as Grogu. Grogu's kind of their cash cow right now, and you knew it would be. Everything out there is Grogu. If it's Star Wars, it's Grogu. You know, I gotta give a shout out to Disney anyway. They posted their Halloween stuff, and I noticed that there was like a Razor Crest. And I was like, dude, that'd be a pretty cool costume for Jedi. You know, a Jedi could be a Razor Crest. And then I realized it's for kids in wheelchairs. I'm like, oh my God, that is awesome. So they've got a costume for those in wheelchairs that you can be a Mandalorian in the Razor Crest. I'm like, that is so cool. That is so cool. Like, dude, that is so cool. I was excited to see that. I'm like, oh, and kind of like, oh man, you know, that's really neat. That's really neat. Everyone has a chance to participate in the fandom. And I know you can make your own, but, you know, there's something to be said about that kind of representation in merch that you otherwise get sidelined on, you know? Why don't we have a Bad Batch Omega or Bad Batch Echo? Well, what I want to know is why we don't have a Bad Batch TVC. Where's the vintage collection? You know? I'm sure the Lego one is coming. That's almost a guarantee. Of course, the Black Series. And we've got the Mission Fleet. But even Mission Fleet is coming piecemeal. And so it's a question of, like, are they really not going to do Omega? Like, how... Seriously, like, literally the main character of the Bad Batch. She is the main character. Prove me wrong. She's the main character. She is the protagonist. Bad Batch are just in her orbit. The summer can't end soon enough. Had enough humidity for this year. Yeah, I'm at 43% humidity here. Happy to report. It's been getting cool. I mean, the weather here... give me a second. The weather here is... very nice. 68 degrees now? Yeah, 62 degrees. So cool. 10-day forecast. It's going to get warmer, but not much. I thought it was going to get into the 80s again, but we're looking at 80s maybe another week from now. But mostly in the 70s. Very, very, very temperate. Very much looking forward to that. Now, you know the conversation's dead when we start moving to talking about the weather. But it is about 9 o'clock. I think, what's the show? Is there a new What If today? I wanted to watch What If with some popcorn and then possibly those Rick and Mortys that Sid Heresy clued me in on, I should say. Just getting the next Black Series stand situated here. Boop. Doing it. So I've done some stands. Stand in the place where you print. Now face north. Picked up some mission fleets. Think I'm going to keep them sealed and hang on to them on the wall. Oh yeah, not bad. I've been What If in 3 hours? Oh, so then I'm gonna have to wait. Dang it. Because I saw something, I'm like, oh, that's right, What If is coming out. I liked the first episode. I guess some people weren't happy. I'm like, really? What did I miss? And I may have missed something. Everybody in Seattle blow cool air south. I'll do my best. Is streaming my full-time job? No, Kurai man, it is not. I am a product manager at Intel, and very much enjoy that position. Very much. I'm having fun with it. I have about as much fun with that position as I do on the stream. I used to be a full-time creator, and then decided I wanted to do something different. Needed to do something different to take all of my perspective as a creator, as a user on that side of the fence, and bring that kind of sentiment and mentality inside of the businesses to influence them over here, rather than influencing them on the back end. So it was a natural progression for my career, and I'm very happy to have made that. Sorry about that. Boop. Okay, this is really lost. Hard to. Okay, I see the comment, Mark. It says look. It literally says this it said this comment's no longer available when I hit refresh. Does Intel need any CAD support? Because if so, I'm your guy. Well, I mean, we've got technology out there, you know, and video cards, and that could certainly you could use to take advantage of CAD, right? Or CAD on our platforms. How do I phrase that? I don't know. I'm not into design. I'm the kind of guy that has to wait for someone to design an STL file for me to be able to print it, which is kind of frustrating. Because I mean, I know I could teach myself. I know I could. But I would love to see like a series of like Star Wars peg figures. That would be fun. Or Star Wars, you know, finger puppets. That would be fun. You know, a whole theme, right? You know? We've been saying you should learn to model. Dude, I've got so much going on. It's definitely very, very extreme low priority. Extreme. 93 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow. That's warm. It got warm like that the other day, but it cooled off pretty quick. I'm glad. You can model a square hole for that round peg. Yeah, that's about that even that would be advanced for me. Way too advanced. There we go. Okay. All right, everybody. We've done everything tonight. Printer's done. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to be printing yet. Maybe more of these. Maybe different coasters. We shall see. Thank you for joining tonight. Thank you for popping over to YouTube and commenting and liking and watching the advice, as it were. I really appreciate that kind of support, more than you could possibly imagine. Feel free to join Discord. Announcements go out there as well. Good way to keep up. Plus, Liz usually posts the screenshots from the things that I showcase in case you miss them on any given day, just to say, hey, oh, that's what Chris had. Oh, he got that. I missed that. Oh, man. So it's a nice way to catch up. Always connect with other people as well. And then I'll be back again tomorrow night at 6 p.m. with more advice to share. Something to 3D print, potentially more Star Wars stuff, and yeah, I said everything. Now we have to figure out who are we going to raid. Robitech is playing Avengers. I watched him earlier on Intel's channel, which is really funny. Intel is, oh wait, is he also, oh, he's co-streaming on Intel. Okay, so he's dual streaming. Interesting. Business is doing retro. Brit is doing the Old Republic. Yoko is doing crafting. Who else do we got? AZ Pinoy. Jay Doran. Do you have any recommendations for a raid? Have I ever met Muted Star or Starfold? I have not. Thank you for following, Biznot. Welcome to the Play Shop. Raid Dutch Daddy Gamer. Let's see. Oh, he's brick building. One man, one Lego Star Destroyer, one stream. 24 hours? Big nerd about Pokemon, Zelda, Nintendo. Boy, he looks tired. He looks like he's falling asleep. Dude, he is literally falling asleep. I'm not joking. This guy's falling asleep. Go look. He's falling asleep. We need to wake him up. Well, let's go wake him up. We need to wake him up. All right. Now, just by falling asleep, we got to raid this guy. We have to. The guy is literally falling asleep. We have to raid him. All right, everybody. I love you. I appreciate you. But at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. And may the force be with you always. Thanks again for joining. Get your Tusken Raider emotes ready. Perillo Raider. Thank you, Mark. I don't know why your comment's not going through there. Perillo Raider emote ready. We're going to go raid a guy who's falling asleep. He just... This is cracking me up. I just watched him nod. He's nodding off. It's hilarious. Okay. Tusken raiding. This guy in 3, 2, 1. Wake up! Wake up, man! Stay awake! Yo, wake up, man! Tusken Raid, wake up! Stay awake! He's asleep. He's asleep. He's half asleep. This is so awesome. That is so funny. Oh man, that's too funny.